on the dogs.com.au, or if you're watching across the Ladbrokes apps, we say a big cheerio to you. A big night ahead, of course, 8:52 p.m. tonight. The Ladbrokes Country Classic worth $125,000 will be run and won. It'll be the third edition of the race. Of course, Zipping Curios winning for John and Minnie Finn a couple of years ago, and Showman Jack taking out the race last year, both coincidentally from box 1. So if you like an omen bet, maybe Big Thunder is the dog for you. There's been market support on Ladbrokes as well for Big Thunder, trained, of course, by John and Helen Rylands. Battler, we've been through one race already, plenty more to come tonight. But if we look ahead towards the big one, I guess the question is Palawa King, how slow will he come out, and can he get through a field of quality chasers to still take out a race like this?
Well, he's done it plenty of times, giving away a start, but there is plenty of pace in this race, and I just think he's going to be giving away such a big start over 600. He can do it. He's done it over 700 metres. You've got more ground to be able to, weave your way through. But yeah, the way they're drawn here, the speed in the race, I just think he's going to need real luck at vital points of the race to get through and get out after the leaders. I think the race tonight will be won by a greyhound who settles on the speed.
Interesting that Dennis Barnes said that Palawa King deserves favouritism during the week. He's a pretty good judge as well. Jared Timms is here with us from Ladbrokes. He's going to give us an update ahead of the second, which is just under 8 minutes away.
Well, the market suggests that this is going to be a far more open contest, Simon. I rank a Benji, $2.60 when early markets went up, out to $3.20 on race night. Juice Master, also a small drift, $3.40 out to $3.90. Really good move. Last time we caught up, we spoke about Midnight Money, $4.80 into $4.20. But a bit further down the order now, the number 4, Zipping Sylvia, is going to be your Ladbrokes market move at $10 into $6.50 now. Irinka Benji still just an easing $3.10 favourite in the Ladbrokes market.
Thank you, sir. A race dominated by our Central West trainers. Timmy, the speed map.
Yeah, speed map has talk about class leading here. Look, he's very, very touchy at box rise and hasn't got a great deal of genuine early speed. I think Magpie Kennedy will be coming across looking for the lead. Juice Master's got a good turn of speed as well. I'm thinking that pair will be in front of talk about class in the early part, and Midnight Money has got a bit of pace too. It'll be punching up. Irinka Benji, in my view, is the quickest greyhound in the race. He's a lightly raced type. He's got a big motor, but he's going to need luck. Interesting move for Zipping Sylvia. She's got a little bit of pace too. She can be touchy early.
Yeah, at the moment, Irinka Benji's my tip for the race, 3:24. Jack Smith, a lot of Feral Frankie progeny throughout that race. Battler and Jungle Juice, of course, the sire of Juice Master as well. The dogs like 2, Midnight Money from the 3, 1 and 4. But as we've mentioned a couple of times already, we're heading towards the big one, 8:52 p.m, the Ladbrokes Country Classic. And Mick Cowley caught up with one of the favourites, Jack Smith. He's got a bunch of runners in the big one tonight.
Race 2 on the program, Jack. You've got a big hand in it. You've got 4 runners, plus another one out of one of your litters. Can you give the punters a bit of a lead in?
I think Irinka Benji's the pick of them, but they're young dogs learning their craft, so it'll just depend tonight on a wet track and where they get to on that. But
Benji was pretty impressive at Temora.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a motor and he's just learning. He's been a little bit slow to get going on that, but he's nice and strong.
What about the other ones? They're all out of that nice Midnight Flash litter.
Yep.
She's been a good producer.
She certainly has, yeah. That was the first litter and they're all winning, so we can't complain.
100%. Mate, good luck in this race. Good luck a bit later in the night.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Jack Smith there with Mick Cowley, a soggy Dapto Greyhound racing track there, but you can still see the punters rolling in. I'll tell you what, last year it was a carnival-like atmosphere, but it's good to see some of the diehards still braving the weather. You can see the raincoats on and the dogs wearing the jackets as well. Battler, talk to us through, as a punter, what you're looking for in wet conditions. How can it change the way greyhounds go about their racing? I
like to look for the leaders when we've got a wet, where you're dealing with a wet track. Seeing can get kicked up into the greyhounds who are behind the leaders. So I always tend to look for the leaders, but there are punters who like looking for greyhounds who are stronger and on wet tracks. I don't subscribe to that theory, but that's just me. But I do know a number of punters look for the stronger dogs, where I tend to always just try and find the leaders.
We're 4.5 minutes away from race 2 on Ladbrokes Country Classic night. It's the Triple M Roxy NRL 0-2 win mix 515 metre contest, and we'll start by running through these runners. The one, talk about class, whose dad certainly could run, Battler.
He certainly could, Feral Frankie. This guy, he won at Dubbo 2 runs ago, 30 and 35, and geez, it was a huge win. Got into a bit of trouble, then balanced up again and was strong to the line. He's got a big motor. He's touchy early. He hasn't got a great deal of early speed, but he's drawn to just stalk the leaders here. He's beautifully drawn on the rails. Forget his latest run at Temora. He found trouble and he was out of play at the first turn. He's a big improver on that run. He's perfectly drawn, and I think he's the value runner in the race.
Midnight Money's the full brother, having his first go over 500 tonight.
Really good win at Temora 2 runs ago. Got a check mid-race. Knuckled down again and was too strong for Irinka Benji on that occasion. And then fourth at his latest run at Temora, did find a bit of trouble on that occasion. Suited getting up in trip here. Well drawn in box 2, genuine winning chance.
What can you tell us about Irinka Benji, the current favourite at $3.10 with Ladbrokes?
Look, one out, I think he's the quickest greyhound in this race, but he hasn't got a great deal of early burn, so he needs luck through the first turn. If he can settle within striking range of the leaders, he's the one they've got to look out for late. He was too good for greyhound number 8, Juice Master, at Temora last start, and he was super strong to the line. He worked hard mid-race, he was wide out on the track, and then up the home running, he put in the big strides, and he was really, really good. He's another who is perfectly suited getting up from the 457 at Temora to the 500 here at Dubbo. The one to beat.
Zipping Sylvia opened at $10 into $5.50 at the moment. Another progeny of the great Feral Frankie.
Yeah, and I think there was much better price bet elsewhere too. Over the last 12 or 14 hours, I think she was around the $20 somewhere, and she's trimmed right in. She's first up at Dubbo. So a query there, but I dare say she has trialled there. Tyler Gin trains. So she's got a little bit of a flat spot shortly after the box rise, but then she gets going. You've got to look for the money here, and you've got to trust the market move, I think, with her.
We're halfway through the field. Jared Timms is with us from Ladbrokes. Can you give us a market update ahead of the second, Jared?
Well, we're going to go straight into the market mover here, Simon. Zipping Sylvia, or even the quote that you put up seconds ago, $5.50, that is gone. She's onto the second line of betting now, $4.50 in the Ladbrokes market. Irinka Benji just holding firm on the top line of betting there, currently a $3.10 chance. The interest that we saw for Midnight Money earlier on is gone, $4.20 out to $5. But Zipping Sylvia, quite clearly the one that the Ladbrokes punters are coming for late here.
We pick it back up with the 6, Magpie Kennedy, having start number 6 for Errol Hughes.
I think this greyhound's got a tremendous chance here. Great value. Risky beginner, but has got a really, really good turn of speed when he does hit the ground. One at Dubbo 3 runs ago over the 400 metres, running 23.04. Then one at Temora in handy time. And then third at Temora behind Irinka Benji at his latest run. I think he's suited getting back to a 2-turn track at Dubbo. He's back up in trip, or I should say up in trip tonight, which is ideal. I think he can charge over, find the lead here and run a huge race.
Every race needs a roughie. The 7, far more known, currently $91.
Yeah, can't have on recent form, would need a major improvement.
And Juice Master finishes it off from box 8. Funnily enough, that's what my wife used to be called when she worked at Boost Battler back in the days, a Juice Master. Can you believe that? That was her first ever job coming out of high school. But what can you tell us about this Jack Smith train runner?
Did you get any free juices?
Plenty, mate. Plenty, don't you worry.
Look, another one who's beautifully bred by Jungle Juice. Would know Dubbo really well, has had a couple of runs there. One, his maiden there in 23.13 showed speed on that occasion. Runner up behind Irinka Benji at Temora last time out. He led until the final 50 to 75 metres. He's another who'll be coming across having a dip for the lead.
We're a bit behind start time here, but who's the bankers battler for race 2?
I've got to be with Magpie Kennedy at the value. I think he's a great chance of charging over, finding the lead here, and if a greyhound like Irinka Benji or Talk About Class do get hung up in the early part, he might well be off and gone midway down the back. I think he's worth a gamble at the price.
I like the 3, Irinka Benji. We'll go to Jared Timms for one more market update as we approach the back of the boxes with the dogs.
All right, $3.10 about Irinka Benji. Still our market leader here at Ladbrokes at that price. The money has just continued to come in for Zipping Sylvia, the number 4, $10 early doors into $4.40 as we speak. Midnight money, $4.20 out to $5. Irinka Benji, just a rock solid favourite at that $3.10 quote.
Beautiful timing. You can see there the participants all rugged up, putting the greyhounds into the boxes ahead of race 2 from Dubbo. We throw over to our caller, Matty Jackson.
On the program, Irinka Benji to bounce. The favourite. Green light is turned on. Lure's on its way. Race number 2. They're set and they're racing now. Irinka Benji away okay. Fast out from the inside. Talk About Class will go through and lead Midnight Money. Irinka Benji's getting right up on the inside and challenging the leaders. Into 4th is Far More Known. They've followed Magpie Kennedy, Juice Master, Zipping Sylvia, check to the rear. Off the back straight and Talk About Class. Led it by a length, Irinka Benji, who's pushed his way into the clear and coming home well. They've followed Midnight Money. They turn. It's Talk About Class, grabbed and headed by Irinka Benji, who went home best. Irinka Benji beat Talk About Class and Midnight Money. A gap away 4th, Magpie Kennedy from Juice Master. Well back Zipping Sylvia. Last Far More Known. The runner out 29.7.
Pretty good run as well from Irinka Benji. There's the Jack Smith trained trio. Irinka Benji from Talk About Class and Midnight Money running 3rd. You can see no other dog in the frame, so I'd put all 3 of those in your black book to follow. Pretty good performance on what is a soggy track out there at Dapto tonight. We can see the punters cheering down below, and there's the official time, 29.67. Nice run for a dog that's only had a couple of starts out of Feral Frankie, Midnight Flash as well. Pretty good run in the end to jump over the top of the kennel mates there. You never know how they're going to race against one another. And Mick Cowley has got the winning trainer, Jack Smith, behind the boxes.
Well, mate, he's not just the winning trainer, winning trifecta, I think. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you. No, they went nice. I didn't see where the pink got. I just stayed with the leading division and they seem to be going okay. So.
Now, you're pretty spot on pre-race. You spoke about the 3 basically having the engine. It proved that way as well.
Yeah, no, the others have gone really well too. So, yeah, happy, yeah.
Mate, you just heard you did get the trifecta. Congratulations. Mate, it's a good way to start a night on your home track.
Oh, well, we're going home with something, aren't we? Even the rest of it's a disaster. So, anyhow, it's all good.
You're building up to a big one, hopefully. Good luck.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
Mick Cowley there with Jack Smith, the winner of race 2 out at Dubbo tonight with Irinka Benji. And Battler, I know I'm here to host, but it's nice to get on the board with at least one winner so far throughout the night. What did you make of the run?
Oh, he's a nice young pup. He's a progressive type. He got away clean enough tonight. He just got outsped in the run of the first turn. Then he got a bit crowded, but then he just got that beautiful run through here. And what made this win even better, the greyhound is chasing Talk About Class as strong as well, the litter mate. So to run that greyhound down, it's been a terrific win. It took him pretty much, 508 metres to really get him, but he did the better at the end. Their mum, Midnight Flash, she was a talented greyhound who was very versatile. She got over the 700 metres in her career, so there's no doubt these greyhounds will probably get up to 600 metres at least later on in their careers. But I've got no doubt he's definitely the one to follow out of that race, Irinka Benji. He's a greyhound with a big engine, and his racing traits, he'll always rely on a little bit of luck in his races.
There's the divvies, Irinka Benji taking out race 2. The time as well, about the 29.67. Where does that stack up on a wet Dubbo track?
Yeah, that's a terrific run. That's a very, very good run. So, particularly on a wet track. So, the track record there, which was Jungle Juice, he was 28.93. But I think he's the only greyhound that's only ever broken, 29 there. They generally run 29 4s, 5s, and 6s. On a normal night at Dubbo, so that's a good run tonight.
He's had some decent ones in the last couple of years, Jack Smith. I'm going to put you on the spot. You've got Jungle Juice, Feral Frankie, or Palawa King. Who do you take?
Who's won the most money?
You're a thinker.
Probably Feral Frankie. because he's gone to stud and he's throwing plenty of winners. Palawar King's yet to go, and he's a stayer, and generally breeders don't generally go towards stayers a lot of the time, and Jungle Juice, he's an up-and-coming sire, but yeah, Feral Frankie, I think.
Well said, mate. Hey, Jared Timms is here with us from Ladbrokes. We're across the app all throughout the evening, of course, thedogs.com.au if you want to tune in there as well. Race 3 is an interesting one. It's over the 318-metre journey and it's a maiden final series. Can you give us a market update?
Well, Linebreaker is your $3.60 market leader here at Ladbrokes, $4 at the beginning of race day. Nicky Bonkers, a very impressive winner on debut, and is the one that the Ladbrokes punters have turned their attention to just recently. $5.50 into $4 in our market. Tickets Please has gone the other way, $3.50 out to $4.60. Lochinvar Chaos is a $5 chance, likewise Isla Bonkers, but Linebreaker currently a $3.60 favourite in the Ladbrokes market.
Thank you, sir. Music to my ears. I'm behind Linebreaker in the third there tonight. Of course, we're leading towards the big one, the Ladbrokes Country Classic, $125,000. I think I heard Mark Duclos say in an interview earlier in the year he was racing for $50 at Tamworth back in the 90s or something. So we've come a long way over the last couple of years. One young man who is certainly making his presence felt in the greyhound world is Jay Opatea. He trains Aglan Luai, who's going around in the big one, and Mick Cowley caught up with him a little bit earlier on tonight.
Joined by Jay Opatea, who has Aglan Luai in the Country Classic final. How's the week been for the dog and for yourself?
Yeah, just a normal week. Don't let him know it's a big one, and everything's going right this week, and he's jumping out of his skin. So.
Now, you said to me after the heat at Richmond that didn't matter. This was his track, and went he, and certainly proved that last week.
Yeah, probably a few doubts when he went so bad at Richmond, but as soon as he got back here, he grew a leg. So he's broken in here. He loves here and Wenny, so hopefully his love affair shows tonight.
He's a real marvel, the dog. You can see, you look at his record and what he's done. It's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, look, a lot of people comment on his inconsistency, but his whole life he's been in hot fields, so we've never shied away with him. He's always gone for the money, and he's a lovely, he's a magnificent dog. You'd love to have a kennel full of him.
Are you pinching yourself a little bit, the run you've had lately, the Young Achiever Award, the Richmond Derby, a finalist in this race?
Yeah, look, had a lot of luck to start the year, so hopefully it just keeps on rolling.
Mate, where would this sit? Obviously, I guess with no Bathurst, this is your local track in some ways. What would this mean to win a race like this at your local track?
Oh, it'd mean a lot, especially with this dog. It'd mean a lot. I bought him when he was a puppy and reared him and broke him in, and he's like my best mate. So to win with him, yeah, I'd love to win a big one with him. He deserves one.
Fingers crossed tonight's the night.
Hopefully.
Thank you, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Jay Opatea there, remarkable effort for the 20-year-old from Orange. He's got Aglan Luai in the big one tonight. Jared Timms, can you give us a price if people want to get behind Aglan Luai in the Country Classic?
There has been some good interest for Aglan Luai already, Simon. We went up with, $8 earlier in the week into $6 on race night. Nangar Rocket is still our favourite, $3.10. Palawar King just behind, $3.20. You can have $6 in the Ladbrokes market if you like Aglan Luai.
I'll tell you what, Battler, I did a couple of interviews during the week. I like Nangar Rocket to win the race, but I didn't mind Aglan Luai as a saver. Box 2 certainly helps as well. What do you think his chances are?
Yeah, he's my on-top selection in the race. I think he's the likely leader. He was great leading all of the way in the semi-final last week, running 34.86. He'll take a stack of benefit out of that run at Dubbo. He, as Jay alluded to, he was broken in there. He knows Dubbo really well, but he's only had the one run over the 600. Actually, he ran 29.56 at only his 6th run in his career at Dubbo. So you were asking earlier about the time which the previous winner ran, Orica Benji, 29.67. Well, Aglan Luai ran 29.56 early on in his career at Dubbo. So, look, I think he's got a great chance. I think he can lead, and if he does lead and the right greyhounds get into second and third, he might just well pinch it. The final 50 metres is going to be your big worry if you're on Aglan Luai.
And this is what you're looking for. This is a replay, of course, of the semi-final. That's him highballing out in front in the number 3 rug. It's been a heck of a run for J.L. Patea. He won the Chief Havoc Cup last year, of course, the Richmond Derby just a couple of weeks ago. We mentioned the award at the Greyhound Racing New South Wales Night of Nights, and this dog has been a bit of an iron dog, hasn't he?
He sure has. He's lining up for start number 69 tonight. He's had 17 victories, 21 minors, and he's travelled all around the state. Jay hasn't dodged any major races. He's chased all the big riches with Angling Lure, so it'll be great to see him take one out.
That's race 8 on the program tonight, the Ladbrokes Country Classic. We've still got plenty more to get through before then, including the 3rd from Dubbo tonight. We've mentioned wet and windy out there, but we're going to get an update from Jared Timms.
Line breaker, $4 into $3.60 favouritism on race day, but all of the late interest here, Simon and punters, is with Nikki Bonkers. $5.50 into $4. She is the Ladbrokes market mover. You can have $4.60 for tickets, please. $5 each, Lochinvar Chaos and Isla Bonkers. But Line Breaker is your $3.60 favourite here ahead of race number 3.
Thank you, good sir. The speed map, Battler, always hard, as we've mentioned, with maidens, but what can you make of it?
Yeah, they all went around in heats on Monday. Nicky Bonkers from the inside will be charging up the rails. Lochinvar Chaos, he's got a good turn of speed, and then wider out to Line Breaker, and Isla Bonkers will be coming across. The quickest early section in the heats was Isla Bonkers at 4.77. Just behind it, Nicky Bonkers at 4.78.
Race 3, of course, the Ladbrokes Maiden Final Series. It's over the shorts out there at Dubbo, 318 metres. As we can see, one of our participants now leading Nicky Bonkers around the pre-parade ring. There's a couple of my old favourites there, Battler. I can see Neil Staines there in the 6 rug. He's made the big trip up from Yass to Dubbo, and I tell you what, a lot of our participants come from far and wide to be involved in big race nights like this, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. You know, you want to be involved in the big races. This is a maiden worth good money. So a number of these trainers would have targeted this maiden as well as other races on the program. So, you know, they're prepared to chase the cash. It's $5,000 to the winner for the of this race. So if you've got a handy maiden, you're looking to get a nice little earn early on in its career, you chase these races.
And we can see our man Mick Cowley wiggling his way in to talk to Neil Staines. Let's get some words from Mick Cowley.
Mate, I am with Neil Staines. Neil won 3 of these heats the other day, mate. Good race for you. Is there a pick of the 3?
Yeah, I think if the one uses the box, I think she'll be hard to beat. She was a first look at the track last week, so I'm expecting a big improvement.
And I guess that's the thing, they'll all improve after those heats the other day.
Yes, they will. Yeah. It's going to depend on who comes out and who doesn't. And the time they get to that first turn, I think they'll sort themselves out.
There's not a lot of time to get to that first turn. You've got to hurry up, don't you?
Yeah, that's it, mate. You've got to be on the job.
Well, it's a long way to come from down your way up here, but obviously you decided to bring a few up the other day. You had 4 winners, 3, as I said, in this race. Hey, happy to travel if you're going to win a race?
Yeah, if the race is there for the dog, you've got to travel for it, and the money, the prize money. And they put on a good show here, and I brought the boys along to enjoy themselves. So, yeah, more experience for them and the dogs.
100%. Good luck with all 3 in this, and hopefully you can come out the winner.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Thanks, Neil.
Mick Cowley there with Neil Staines, and he hit the nail on the head. He's not afraid to travel, goes to the annual Grafton Carnival every year. Battler actually told me a good yarn. When he was a kid, he used to sit in the back of the wagon with the dogs, and his parents would drive all the way to Temora. He said the only reason he woke up was because he hit the rocks on the side of the road, and he'd bounce up and hit the roof when there was no seatbelts when they were younger kids, and he said the dogs would just lay there still as anything. So been in the game a long, long time. Why don't we have a look at the runners for race 3 out of Dubbo? We'll start with one of Neil Staines's in Nicky Bonkers. Draws the cherry for the great man.
I'm really keen on her chances. I think she's one of the better bets in the program. She ran 18.50, winning a heat on Monday. Began okay, then showed a really, really good turn of speed to get across from a wide alley. Now goes to box number 1. And if you go back and have a look at the replays, Greyhound number 2 here, Last Straw, is a mad wide runner. Had box 6 on Monday and just wanted to be out in box 88 after 20 or 30 metres. Nicky Bonkers only needs to begin clean to get an unbelievable run here to drive up on the rails and lead. Neil just said she hadn't been there prior to Monday, and she ran 18.50. So she'll take a stack of benefit out of the run. She's been really well tried. I think she's clearly the one to beat, and one of my better bets on the program. What about the price?
Yeah, of everything that you've just said there, Battler, I cannot believe that the Ladbrokes bookies have gone up with $5.50. I can tell you that is well and truly gone.
I didn't want to say that.
Into $2.20 now. Unbelievable. One of the bigger, well, more sort of popular runners of the night so far, obviously. And, yeah, the market mover, Nikki Bonkers.
And still coming in, Jared, 2.15 I can see on the Laddies app at the moment. Battler sound very confident. Let's talk about the rest of the field. Last Straw was a long way behind Tickets Please in the heat.
Yeah, as I just mentioned, she's a wide runner, so she's poorly drawn in box number 2. She showed a bit of speed on Monday when she finished runner-up behind Tickets Please. But, look, I can't have her here.
Michelle Lill is on fire in 2024. 20 winners already this year, and she brings Lochinvar Chaos out from her base at Brankston.
Yeah, he's a beautifully bred pup, this guy, and he can gallop, there's no doubt about that. Michelle and Michael wouldn't have targeted this series with a greyhound who wouldn't be able to run quick time. Run on Monday in the heat was really, really solid, showed a bit of speed from box 2. Did want to drift up the track though at the first turn, which was a little bit of a concern, and got crowded. And the big problem for Lochinvar Chaos here is drawn outside the wide running Last Straw. So he needs to either lead ping and dodge it, or miss it, get to the rails, and then he might actually get a lovely run up on the inside. So he needs either one of those two scenarios, lead ping or walk out.
Michelle Lill on camera there. She's a real larrikin of the sport. The 4 is Tickets Please. Was pretty impressive in the heats.
Yeah, really impressive. Quickest qualifier, running 18.35, fairly away, and then showed a great turn of pace, charging to the top and then absolutely bolted in. Tricky draw here underneath a couple of wide runners, so he will need to nail the jump. If he does, he's got good speed when he does balance up. His first section was 4.88, so that was a little slower than Nikki Bonkers and Isla Bonkers. And so he will need to improve on that. But the issue with him is his tricky draw.
We mentioned Feral Frankie before. Cindy Secret's out of a pretty handy one as well. Tommy Shelby, the sire of this dog.
Yeah, nicely bred greyhound. Very badly drawn here. Solid effort though when runner-up behind Isla Bonkers in the heat. Went in early traffic, so he showed a bit of grit and determination, but I can't have him from the draw.
We know Neil Stone's mentioned the 1. We know you love it, Battler, but he has the 6 in his hand. Is that maybe a little bit of an inkling into which way he wants to lean, do you think?
Oh, I doubt it.
We're looking for something, anything.
Look, this greyhound, he's a very capable greyhound. He ran 18.36, winning his heat. He began fast, showed really, really good speed, 4.83 opening fraction, and he absolutely romped away for a big victory. Again, he's just got a tricky draw, but if he does begin cleanly, he's got enough pace to get across and be right there at the first turn.
Isla Bonkers, 18.38 in the heats.
She flew out. She absolutely lid-pinged, showed good speed, got across, led, and ran her rivals into the ground. I just don't think she could go any quicker than what she did early because of the way she began. So she ran 4.77, where Nikki Bonkers, who's drawn box 1, ran 4.78, and I think she can go quicker earlier with a cleaner getaway. She's another who'll be charging across. If they happen to jam inside, she's got a great chance. She could well get the fly.
And Elusive Tom finishes it off. Run 4 seconds in a row, Battler, is tonight the night.
Look, I think he'll need luck getting across. There's a heap of pace in this race, and I don't think he's a genuine speed demon. I think he's drawn to get hung out to dry here. He's a steady beginner, and then he just takes a few strides to get going. Look, he'll win a maiden soon, but I don't think it'll be tonight.
If I was to give you 100 of my own dollars, Battler, is this how confident you are? Would you put it all on Nikki Bonkers?
Yes, I would. Oh, actually, no. I would have 80 on Nikki Bonkers. 80 on Nikki Bonkers, and I'd have to have a $20 saver on the kennelmate Isla Bonkers.
Okay, there you go. Big push from Timmy Newbold there. I'm with Linebreaker. Let's get a market mover for Ladbrokes, courtesy of Jared Timms.
Well, it's actually the number one, Nicky Bonkers here, Simon. Was $2.15, but it's actually easy just in the last few minutes, out to $2.90. There's been a little bit of specking for one at price here. Elusive Tom has gone $13 into $9, but Nicky Bonkers will start your favourite and is the Ladbrokes market mover.
There you go. They support you, Battler. I tell you what, it looks like the rain may have eased just a little bit out there. There's a couple of raincoats, but not as many as the first two races. Let's hope it really clears out, because that bucking ball that we've heard about out trackside at Dubbo needs to get revving. Race 3, the Ladbrokes maiden final series. It's over 318 metres. We throw it over to the caller, Matt Jackson.
Got back out to $2.50. Linebreaker is at $6 with tickets, please, and Lochinvar Chaos. So the green light is turned on. Race number 3, Nicky Bonkers to jump favourite. They're set racing. Nicky Bonkers away fast down on the inside and will go through and lead from Isla Bonkers, who's quickly up there a length away second. Lochinvar Chaos to third. There followed Elusive Tom. Tickets, please. Well back Linebreaker, Cindy Secret and Last Straw at the home turn. Nicky Bonkers bounded away, led by 2. And Nicky Bonkers, 2 good beats. Isla Bonkers, photo third, Elusive Tom or Lochinvar Chaos. They're followed by Tickets, please. Linebreaker, Cindy Secret and Last Straw. The time around 18.3.
A dominant win for Nicky Bonkers, and I tell you what the big note out of that is, I'm going to give you my money more often than Battler, because that was an easy watch, and you got the 7 to run second as well. Pretty impressive performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's a talent. 18.30 odd or thereabouts on a 18.36 on a wet track. She's in good hands. She's beautifully bred, really, really well bred. So she's a greyhound I'm sure Neil is going to have a lot of fun with. She's got good box manners and she's got good speed. So that is what you want in a greyhound, and she's only young, so you just hope she gets stronger and stronger as she matures, and she can get over the 500 metres later on in her career.
And the second dog as well, as we see the replay out of the boxes here.
Well, he actually walked out, but look where he is. Look at him. Yeah, in there, box 8 there. That's why greyhound number 1 was so well drawn, but it didn't matter there because he actually walked out. But she began beautifully, and she just drove up. And when she led Isla Bonkers, she couldn't run the kennel mate down because they can run around similar time. It is interesting that she ran 18.50 and she's gone 14/100ths quicker than what she did on Monday on a wet track. So she's taken improvement out of that debut run at the track on Monday.
Great early drive as well. We saw Jack Smith trifecta the last race. Neil Staines has Quinella this one. I'll tell you what, another big takeaway is Ladbrokes very generous, Jared, by offering the, what was it, $5.50 early in the week. It looks like easy money for everyone out there who jumped on board, and closed at about, what, $2.70, I think. She ended up jumping at Nicky Bonkers for Neil Staines. Some of the pictures we get these days of greyhound racing, Battler, can you give us a comparison to 10, 15 years ago?
No comparison.
Was it the old roll with the hand film back then?
No comparison at all. The footage and the coverage in this day and age is second to none. It's got 100 yards on what we had 20 years ago. I'll tell you what, years ago when I was 18, thereabouts, punching around the tracks, to get the replays and do the form, you had to go up to the video provider in his little van on track and purchase a video.
Right.
Because I grew up in Newcastle, going to Maitland, Beaumont Park and all of those tracks, and obviously they weren't on Sky back in those days, and there was no internet. So you'd have to buy the actual VHS video and go home and do the forms. I think it used to cost $30 or $40 a video, but it was well worth it, that's for sure.
Showing your age there, my friend. Mick Cowley has, I'm sure, a very happy Neil Staines after taking out race 3.
Mate, you're absolutely a very happy Neil Staines, winner and the second in that race. It pretty much worked out the way you thought it would, didn't it, Neil? It
sure did, mate. I thought, it depended on how they come out. Whatever stepped would go good. And the little girl stepped and got the run up the fence, and obviously so did her sister.
As you said, she certainly improved with that run on Monday.
Most definitely. I thought she would. I trialled another dog here that in the heats, before the heats, and he went 18.6 here in the trial and 18.30 something in his race. So we're expecting her to do the same.
But she's only young. They're all only young. Where do you go from here? Just gently? Gently. We'll just poke along. It's a sort of a new partnership with Zach Connell,
with the hound haulers. Yeah, so we'll just poke along and see how we go from here.
And you've got a couple of good helpers with you too today.
Oh yeah, they're a great help, believe me.
Mate, congratulations, well done guys, and hopefully more luck throughout the night.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.
Mick Cowley there with Neil Staines. He's a hell of a bloke, and congratulations to him. Nicky Bonkers taking out the maiden final series there over the shorts at Dubbo. Isla Bonkers finishing in second for the Staines Kennel as well. Elusive Tom in third, and then Lochinvar Chaos for Michelle Lill finishing down there in fourth. I tell you what, Battler, we mentioned Neil from Yass, Michelle Lill from Brankston. We've got trainers from all over the country. They really are the lifeblood of our sport, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and they're prepared to travel, but you have to travel in this day and age. The prize money which is on offer, you're mad if you're not travelling around the tracks to take, it's their livelihood. You need to go where the money is and chase the money, particularly if you've got a greyhound who's got plenty of ability. So yeah, they do plenty of miles and a lot of late nights, early mornings and late nights, but it's they've chosen to do that, and if you're going to do it, because it's a lot of hard work and long hours, you need to get the rewards.
I'll tell you someone who's doing a lot of long hours. It's Jared Timms from Ladbrokes. He's doing the long haul with us tonight, 4.5 hours of coverage right here on thedogs.com.au. He's rubbing his hands together ahead of race 4. The Zipping Curios at stud, non-graded 1 to 4, 318 metres. Jared, tell us who's the favourite at the moment.
Well, we have joint favourites here, Simon. Darius Express, $2.35. Likewise, Agent Chevrolet, $2.35. A little bit of interest in early markets for Thomas Express. It got into as far as $4.20. Currently a $4.50 chance in the Ladbrokes market. Nate's Fury is an $8.50 chance. Then we're looking at $31 and longer for the rest of them. We have joint favourites here ahead of race number 4, Darius Express and Agent Chevrolet.
Thank you, sir. Agent Chevrolet, very intriguing runner coming out of that Temora Cup series. There's not many dogs in better form than Agent Chevrolet for Jess Fothergill. She's a laugh a minute as well, a wonderful trainer coming through the ranks too. Hey, let's have a look ahead towards the Ladbrokes Country Classic, of course, 8:52 p.m. tonight, the big one. It's worth $125K. And Mick Cowley caught up with Dennis Barnes, who has the favourite in Nangar Rocket.
Joined by Dennis Barnes, who has Nangar Rocket in the Country Classic. 2 years in a row, fantastic dog, this dog.
Yeah, no, he's a good old dog.
Dennis, he's beaten a Pimple in the 7:15. Good run here in this race last year, just behind the place getters. Good performance last week in the semi-final as well.
Yeah, why did you have to bring that 7:15 up? You know how to hurt a guy, don't you?
It was the longest photo in the history of photos.
No, look all good. Yeah, he was a bit stiff in that, but anyway, the other dog was just too good on the night. But no, his run last week in the heats was good. Hopefully he can go a little bit better, which I think he's got to. He's got to get around 34.5, I think, to say he could win, in front.
Mate, box 4, Palawa King, which we know will walk out. You're essentially in box 3, as you said earlier. Aglan Luai, a bit of speed inside. I guess you'd be hoping to at least be camped on them, if not in front.
Yeah. That's the way I read the race, but, you can... I've run this race in my mind 100 times this week. I just think that 1 and the 2 might show a bit of pace early. I can hope I can stay with them.
You'd be, as you said, 34.5, that sort of time, you'd be looking over your shoulder regardless of where you are.
Oh, yeah, look, he's just a marvellous dog, Palawa King. He's a freak. He knows where the winning post is, so, if I'm in front anywhere, I'll be looking to see where he is.
This essentially is your local track. Does that make it a bit more special wanting to win this big feature at your local track?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd love to win it here, yeah.
The 125 wouldn't hurt either.
Mate, that sounds good to me.
Mate, best of luck tonight, and fingers crossed we can talk after the race.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, mate.
Dennis, he's a great sport. Him and Ian so close to $500,000 last year in the 7:15. They do a wonderful job out at Cudale with, of course, the daughters, Sandra and Tracy too. A big team looking after all the greyhounds out there. Let's have a look at the market now with Jared Timms. Nangar Rocket still holding on to favouritism, Jared.
Still our favourite here at Ladbrokes, Simon. $2.50 early price. Currently $3.10, but has been rock solid at that price since we went to air.
Battler, I guess the big question is, we know Palawa King is slow as a wet week out. If Nangar Rocket is to lead, is it race over, or can anything run it down apart from maybe the King?
Oh, yeah. I think Palawa King's probably the only greyhound who could run Nangar Rocket down if he does come out. He's suited with Palawa King drawn directly underneath him the way he comes out. Cowley bringing up that 7.15 for poor Dennis. Yeah, look, he made this final last year. He's back again. He was back to his brilliant best last week. And if we'll have a look at that heat, that semi-final victory, he began cleanly, much better than what he has been, and he just drove up on the inside. Here's Bella Una coming across and putting the power on, but he just kept on punching. And when he hurled her there, she couldn't run him down. She's not overly strong at the end of 600 metres. As Dennis mentioned, he ran 34.62. He thinks he can go quicker tonight. He probably needs to, maybe a tenth or two. But you can see he started to draw clear over Bella Una over the latter stages. If he does lead, yeah, Palawa King, in my view, is the only greyhound who can run him down.
The Nangar Rocket, of course, quickest track and trip PB in the field, and Dennis believes getting stronger with his age as well, heading towards the 7.15, hopefully, if he can get through the next couple of months at May at the Gardens, where you mentioned it, $500,000. What was it? Was half a head in the end, or was it a bit further, that photo?
Oh, I think it might have been half a head. You thought it was going to be a dead heat for the length the photo went for, but yeah, it might have been a half head from memory what the official margin was.
Dennis will be happy to forget it, I guarantee you. Race 4 coming at us at Dubbo soon. It's a Zipping Curios that started another dog that could certainly run. He took out the Country Classic a couple of years ago. We're going to get a market from Jared Timms at Ladbrokes.
Well, the money has continued for these top two elects in the market, and they're still sharing favouritism as well. $2.35 each for Darius Express and Agent Chevrolet. Thomas Express, just a little easy this evening, $4.40 out to $4.50. Nate's Fury is the only other one currently up at single figures, $8.50. Darius Express and Agent Chevrolet still sharing our favouritism at Ladbrokes, $2.35 each.
A bit more exposed form for you to dig your teeth into here, Battler. Tell us about the speed, mate.
Yeah, Darius Express from the inside should be punching it up. He's got a heap of early pace, as has Thomas. Agent Chevrolet from box 8. It's beautifully drawn wide out on the track. He's got good speed as well. And Michelle Keeping's another who'll be pushing forward in the early stages. But all of these greyhounds in this race, they're all seasoned campaigners and they've all got a stack of early pace.
And the two dogs at the top, the Express dogs, Darius and Thomas out of Hope's a chance, who produced Apollo Speed, a Fireball winner. Little Digger as well had the track record out there at Bathurst for quite a while before obviously that track got washed out. So certainly a really good producer in Hope's a chance. Jess Fothergill, I mentioned it earlier, has a really intriguing runner. Agent Chevrolet back in trip after some wonderful performances down in the south of the state. You go through the record, there's wins all over the place. Mick Cowley caught up with her a little bit earlier on.
With Jess Fothergill, Agent Chevrolet in this race. Jess has actually been here a couple of times and had good form here as well. Big drop in class from a Temora Cup as well.
Yeah, no, I think he's drawn well tonight. I mean, the one and the two are the ones that beat. They're track specialists here, but he's drawn where he wants to be at wide, so yeah.
There's no hesitation from you and Clint bringing dogs up to these meetings either.
Yep, no, we don't mind the travel. Clint kind of conned me into putting him in tonight. He was like, come on, we're going to go for the other bloke for a final. He reckons it's a perfect race for him. So I was like, yeah, why not?
He had that great streak of, I think it was 10 wins in a row. That streak ended, but form since has been pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's been pretty good since. It was kind of a bit of a relief to end it because there's a bit of pressure building up it was, and I was feeling it a bit, and then when it ended, he's been good since. You know, he won a heat of the Temora Cup, and I think he had a win at Wagga as well and Goulburn, so you know, yeah. And he
didn't have any luck last week in that Temora Cup final.
No, he didn't. He jumped good and he went to go in the middle of the track, which you can't afford to do in big races against big good dogs.
As I mentioned, he's had a couple of runs here, a couple of successes, so he doesn't mind the track.
Yeah, no, he's had four looks, 2 over the 400, which he ran placings, and then 2 over the shorts, which he won. Missed it a bit, so he can't afford to do that tonight in better class, but I think he's drawn where he wants to be.
The short trip, no drama?
No drama. He's, I think he's won majority of his races over that, but he takes a little bit to wind up, but yeah, should suit him out there.
Best of luck tonight, Jess.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
She's a great character, Jess Fothergill, and Agent Chevrolet. Interesting runner, 2.35 with Ladbrokes at the moment, just outside the favourite Darius Express, who's attracting a little bit of support. We might work our way through the field, battler in just a moment. But Wentworth Park, if you're just joining us, coming online with race 1 there in about 10 minutes' time. So looking forward to that. Of course, the Ladbrokes Country Classic is the highlight of the evening, but 9 races from Wenty Park. The likes of Good Odds, Cobber, Nengar Larry, Mortified, and of course Shanghai Susie, who took out the Oaks just a couple of weeks ago, all going around at Wenty Park. But let's focus on race 4, the Zipping Curios. It's over 318 metres. Dog 1, Darius Express, and I mentioned from a pretty good mum battler.
Yeah, this Greyhound's a rocket, has won 17 of 38, 11 minors. Brilliant winner at Dubbo earlier on the week, running 18.28 from box number 3. Reliable beginner. Well drawn, good record from the inside, clearly the one to beat.
Thomas Express also with a really good record, 21 starts, 10 wins.
Yeah, actually beat Darius 3 runs ago at Dubbo in 18.12. Has got a PB of 18.09. Darius has broken 18 seconds. Well drawn in box number 2. Whichever begins out of this pair, I think will go very close to getting the money. Yeah, he was runner-up behind Darius on Monday. Really solid effort after beginning only moderately. He's normally a better beginner, but yeah, he's another with a great chance here.
Roger the Dodger for Charmaine Roberts, probably better over further?
Yeah, as a Greyhound has won 10 of 34. He's a capable Greyhound in the right race, but this is a little too steep amount of decline tonight.
We move on to the second set of littermates for the Braddon Kennel. Secret Treasure is out of Flaming Fury by Feral Frankie.
Yeah, tricky draw here over the 318 metres at Dubbo with incredible speed drawn inside and out. I think he'd need a heck of a lot of luck to get the cash.
Nate's Fury cops the squeeze box but can run?
Yes, he certainly can. He's only lightly raced. He's won 9 of 21. He's got a 50% winning strike rate at the track and trip. Tricky draw, box 5. He's run when he got the money recently at Dubbo, where he's only moderately away, but then he showed really good burn pushing through, and he beat Michelle Keeping in good style. The best roughie in the race for mine, Nate's Fury.
You mentioned Michelle Keeping. A lot of these dogs have exposed form against one another. Battler Michelle Keeping for Brad O'Neill out of box 6.
Yeah, hard to have her. She's had every possible hope at her past 2 runs when she was beaten by Nate's and finishing 3rd behind Darius. Her PB's 18.31, so she'll need to run a PB tonight to get the money.
In Agent Chevrolet box 8, we heard from Jess Fothergill just before, won 14 of his last 18 races. What do you think of the placement?
Yeah, look, he's down sharply in grade from a Temora Cup. It's going to be a big task to come back from the 457 to the 318 tonight. You know, that was only on Sunday, the Temora Cup, so hasn't had a big break for a freshen up. That's my concern. He might have lost his genuine speed coming back to a 318 here when you're up against, you know, Darius and Thomas, who are drawn beautifully. One thing is, he's perfectly drawn in box number 8. He loves it out wide. You've seen him all right so far. Battler, who's the banker for race 4 at Dubbo? Yeah, I've got to go with Darius from the inside. He's got the draw to win. He can break 18 seconds with a clean getaway. He'll just drive up, and if he can just hold Thomas from getting across, I think he'll get the cash. I'm with the 1 Darius Express as well. Simon says very clever, whoever came up with that. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes is here alongside us. Is Darius Express still the favourite? Do we have a market mover?
Yeah, absolutely, Simon. The favourite and the market mover. In fact, Darius Express, $2.35 into $2.15 since we last caught up. Agent Chevrolet, just been a little easy the last few minutes, $2.35 out to $2.80. Thomas Express has been rock solid on that 3rd line of betting all night, currently a $4.50 chance. And Nate's Fury, just a sprinkling of interest as well, $8.50 into $7.50 in the Ladbrokes market. Darius Express will run a pretty popular favourite here in race number 4. They're making their way to the boxes for race 4 here at Dubbo, but we're going to take a quick look at the first from Wenty Park. As we said, they're coming online in about 6
minutes' time. A big 10-race card coming from headquarters tonight. Looking forward to race 5 on the program, which features Good Odds Cobber, Nangalari, Mortified out in box 8 as well, obviously making their way towards the Golden Easter egg. But if we have a look at race 1 now, Jared, can you give us a favourite? Is it still Superstar Ethics for Pete Rogers?
Very, very dominant favourite here, Simon. $1.60 early doors in the Ladbrokes market, now a $1.50 chance. Everything else pretty easy in the market. In fact, $4.60 out to $5 for Tyler Fly High on the second line of betting. Nora's Boy has gone $6 out to $6.50. Superstar Ethics, a very, very popular favourite here.
There we go. Superstar Ethics, the big favourite went in. Nora's Boy actually won a regional heat of the $1 Million Chase last year, Battler, for Shawnee Guthrie. So it looks like it has changed hands over with John Thomas. Now that they're making their way to the boxes for race 4 at Dubbo, it's great to see the raincoats have maybe been dispersed with, and hopefully the wet weather has certainly moved past. I know Shane Stiff was spruiking the bucking bull competition out there in the Central West. Battler, $1,000 for who can make stay on the longest. I'm interested, boys. Out of us 3, who do you reckon's got the best cowboy genes?
Oh, I can tell you I am horrific, Simon, so it certainly is not me.
I've never had a crack, but I wouldn't want to back myself.
Right. By process of elimination, it looks like it might be me, but looking forward to getting some vision of that throughout the night. $1,000 for whoever can stay on. It's a great promotion. I reckon we should bring it into every track around the state. There we go. We're a minute behind time, but the Greyhounds are being boxed away. Race 4, Zipping Curios at stud. Over to you, Matty Jackson.
And the last of them being placed in. Green light is switched on. So the was on its way. Darius Express, 240, 270 Agent Chevrolet. They're set. Racing now. Agent Chevrolet slow to begin. Darius Express out fast. Will hunt up the rails and lead. Whipping up now is Nate's Fury looking for the front. Got onto the heels of Roger the Dodger and Thomas Express. Agent Chevrolet right around them. Then Secret Treasure and Michelle keeping. But it's Darius Express clear in the straight. And Darius Express beats Thomas Express and Secret Treasure. Agent Chevrolet fourth. They're followed in then by Roger the Dodger. Nate's Fury, who had no luck, and Michelle keeping the time around 18:10.
Yeah, Darius Express there for Paul and Pam Braddon. Another favourite salutes on Ladbrokes Country Classic night. And Jared, is there no better view than a Ladbrokes rug going across the line first on such a big night for laddies? It's a wonderful win. We can see Shane Stiff there, the bald eagle, with his hand raised high above his head. Battler, what do you think of that?
Yeah, he began beautifully and he just kept on punching. The unlucky runner in the race, no doubt, Nate's Fury. I think Matt might even just mention it in the call. He was coming across and he was having a real dip for the lead and got a check. So he's a greyhound that you might want to follow next start because he is flying, Nate's Fury. All honours to Darius Express from that inside alley, 18-16, so a very good run on a wettish track. And Thomas has run second. They were drawn to finish in the top 3, and that's how it has ended up. Agent Chevrolet, look, I just think that Tamora Cup series might have just taken the real sting out of him because he began clean, but he just got outpaced. So it was a big task coming back from the Tamora Cup over the 457 or 318, only 6 nights later. But, you know, these are genuine speed demons, these 2 greyhounds, 1 and 2.
They never really got on the track either, Agent Chevrolet, but all honours to the winner, Darius Express by Pindari Express out of Hope's a Chance. That's start number 39 for the kennel and win number 18 as we pick up our Wentworth Park coverage here. They're making their way to the boxes for race 1 on the program. Jared Timms, can you give us an update for race 1 at Wenty?
Well, the market has continued to skew towards Superstar Ethics here, Simon. $1.50 favourite in the Ladbrokes market. There has been a little bit of interest for Tyler Fly High, chasing the hat-trick here. $4.80 into $4.60. That's about the tail of the tape here. Superstar Ethics, a very, very popular favourite.
So here's the question, Battler. Punters out there wondering, sitting on their bar stools at their local or maybe at home, watching on the coverage, $1.50. Can they get involved? Should they get involved, or can you offer them something else?
Oh, look, I'm not in the habit of tipping $1.50 chances. People can make up their own minds. Look, he's the quickest greyhound in the race. He's been enormous since coming back from a break. He ran 29.15 at Gosford, resuming. Then he finished runner-up there behind Tyler Fly High, who is in this race. But then he ran 29.44 last Saturday night, absolutely blowing rivals away. and he's got the golden Easter egg in his sights. He's only a young greyhound, but gee, he's got a massive engine. He can run the time. I'm not in the habit of taking $1.40 or $1.50, but I think he'll win. But I couldn't take that quote. I'd rather try and look for a little bit more value. You know, we tipped the Nicky Bonkers earlier at $5.50. It was early doors, so you know I think he'll win, but I don't want to take the $1.40.
Being a bit of spring in your step. Battler, was that a little bit of peacocking there, taking the $5.50? Let's work our way through this field quickly. Sal's Blue Boy in box 1, a Richmond Straight Cup finalist behind Shall Not. That's pretty good form.
Yeah, but it's a whole different ball game going from the Richmond Straight to Wenty Park. This greyhound has got a good turn of speed. Found trouble last time out at Wentworth Park. Walked out actually out of the boxes and never really, and it got a couple of little bumps. But look, from that inside alley, he'll be punching up. He'll settle on the pace, but he can't run the times of the favourite and Tyler Fly High.
We're going to jump over Fascinate Trump. We've touched on Superstar Ethics. Tyler Fly High from box 7 has great form, 29.6 at Wenty and 29.1 at Gosford.
Yeah, brilliant winner last time out at Wenty. As you just said, 29.60. Good record at the track and trip. He only ran 5.69 opening fraction when he won last week, so he has got plenty of... he's got a big engine, certainly not weak by any stretch of the imagination. It would be nice if these two, you know, cleared out mid-race because they've both got big engines.
And Nora's Boy jumps from box 8 for Johnny Thomas. Jared, a market mover ahead of race 1 from Wenty Park.
Well, if you didn't like the $1.50 about Superstar Ethics before, you're probably not going to like the $1.40 about him in the Ladbrokes market now. He is the clear market mover.
There you go, $1.40 for Superstar Ethics. Let's see what he can produce. Still going, $1.35 now with Ladbrokes. They're being boxed away. Matt Jackson in Dubbo, but Russell Veach, he's calling all the action at Wenty Park tonight as we head towards the Golden Easter Egg, about a month away from that massive night. Over to you, Russ.
And it'll be heart in the mouth stuff at the start, though, because he's not best away from box number 4. Just about set they are now. Green light is on. Provocateurs head up to the 5:20 start. Favoured in 4. They're set. Ready. And racing just flopped out his back last. Superstar Ethics and goes straight for the rail. Leader is Fascinate Trump. He leads from Sal's Blue Boy. Now scooting right through along the inside is Superstar Ethics making up terrific ground. Second to last, Tyler Fly High. Nora's Boy last of all. It's Fascinate Trump in front, but here's Superstar Ethics getting to him on the inside and he hit the lead. He put a length on Fascinate Trump, then Sal's Blue Boy and Tyler Fly High, but the favourite Superstar Ethics roars away in the straight. He's 6, 7, 8 in front and he bolts in the favourite Superstar Ethics by a massive margin. Second, Tyler Fly High, then came Fascinate Trump, followed by Nora's Boy and Sal's Blue Boy. And the time, another cracking run, a PB 29.41.
Wowee, 29.41 Superstar Ethics for Pete Rogers. Look at that margin in the end. Holy dooly, that is a demolition job. Battler, what do you think of that?
11.45 run home time. They really don't go any quicker. If you're running... You know, I think there's only a few dogs who have broken 11.4 coming home. That is, and you could tell he really opened the shoulders the last 40 or 50 metres and he roared away. He's got a massive engine, as we've just seen. We've seen in the last couple of weeks, 41 tonight, 44 last week. The issue with him going into a Golden Easter Egg is his box manners. And he's going to rely on luck getting a run through at the first turn. He began poorly tonight, but he went straight to the rail. He's a desperate railer, and they just opened up for him to get through. And then it was all over. But he will know it when he does get up in grade and you're taking on the season Group 1 campaigners. You can't afford to do what he did tonight and get away with victory. God, isn't he a mad railer? He's scraping paint there down the around that first corner.
Yeah, rail like a greyhound, they say. I guess that's the query. 5-dog field, right? So a lot of room to move, even though he was slow away. But I tell you what, Pete Rogers took out the Golden Easter Egg with Simply Limelight. That dog's retired now and moved off to a stud career, but he might have found a new one in Superstar Ethics.
Oh, yeah, he's found a greyhound who, I tell you what, arguably could be quicker than Simply Limelight. I know he ran around the 30-odd, I think, Limelight at Wenty Park, but I don't think he did it this early on in his career. So he's got a really nice greyhound there. As I said, Whether he can win a golden Easter egg, well, that remains to be seen. But he's certainly got the ability to win one.
That was just start number 12 for Superstar Ethics, side by Bewildering out of Snazzy Ethics as well. All right, that's Wenty Park Race 1 in the books. We've got 9 more coming from Wenty Park tonight, but of course Dubbo is where we're sending our focus now. We're heading back for Race 5. It's a Greyhound Racing New South Wales 5th grade series final, 8 minutes away from the jump. Jared, can you give us a market update?
Zeus keeping a very, very popular favourite here from box 1. Simon, $3.20 into $2.05 on race night. Flash Boom Bang is the one early in the market that the punters don't really want anything to do with. $2.05 out to $3.20. Pretty good interest today for Zali, keeping $6.50 into $5. That has her tied on the third line of betting with Miss McGraw, $5. Bit of a drop down then to Magpie Harry, $15. Zeus keeping. Very, very popular, $2.05 favourite in the Ladbrokes market.
The Battler, take us through the speed map, my friend.
Zeus Keeping from the inside should be charging up. I think he's beautifully drawn. I think he can hold the lead. Zali Keeping, she's a bit risky at box rise, but she has got a turn of speed when she does hit the ground. Miss McGraw, she's a class runner. She's run 29.63 around Whitworth Park, and she made the Peter Mossman Opal there in July last year. She'll be rolling forward along with Magpie Harry, but Zeus Keeping is drawn to lead and run an almighty race. 7 minutes until race 5 coming from Dubbo tonight. Of course, Dawson Park, the scene, of the Ladbrokes Country Classic, $125,000 up for grabs, and we're just over an hour away from seeing who will win the 3rd ever edition of that race. Some good stories, obviously, in every feature final battler, but one for me comes in the one box in Big Thunder. Helen and John Rylands. Of course, Helen's husband, Brian, sadly passed away 4 years ago. It was the height of COVID. I spoke to her a couple of weeks ago and she said she'd been struggling. She was honest. Depression had got hold of her a bit. She didn't really have a purpose in life, but all of a sudden this dog has given her a reason to get up in the morning. How good is that? Yeah, it is a great story. And Helen, she's a lovely lady. She'd always be at the track. Brian was a bookmaker and fielded at the Richmond track and other tracks, but was at every Richmond meeting along with Helen. She'd be working on the bag there with Brian, and it was very, very sad when we lost Brian 4 years ago, and it's good to see this has given Helen a boost, because she is a lovely lady, and I'm sure she's having a ball with this greyhound, and it would mean a heck of a lot to take out this tonight. Yeah, it sure would. Big Thunder going around box 1 in the Ladbrokes Country Classic. Race 5 we're at the moment, though, 5 and a bit minutes away. Zeus Keeping is the dog that I certainly have a big opinion of, and I think the dogs are going to tip it as well. Let's work our way through the field. Young dog, but certainly can run. Yeah, he sure can. He's beautifully drawn on the rails. Beautifully drawn. He's got a good turn of speed. He led early on in his latest run when he finished runner-up behind Flash Boom Bang, but that greyhound is very, very strong, and it got straight into second position behind him through the first turn into the back, and he was way too good on that occasion, Flash Boom Bang. But this is a different race tonight. Zeus Keeping, I think, leads at the first corner. Greyhound 2 going solo does want to get wide, so he's drawn to get every chance to drive up. And if he does lead, he can run around the 29.40 odd. And that will win this race, because Flash Boom Bang is probably the quickest greyhound in the race, but he normally walks out of the boxes. He needs luck, and I can't see him getting straight into second position behind the favourite. Jared, can you just tell us who opened favourite for this race and who is the current favourite with Ladbrokes at the moment?
Flash Boom Bang actually went up our favourite earlier in the week. Has gone $2.05 out to $3.40. Zeus Keeping. They pretty much swapped, in fact. $3.20 into the $2.05 quote now.
No shock to see that. In my view, because the punters, when they're analysing the races, and when I did my form yesterday before any of the markets came out, and I was shocked when I looked at the markets earlier today, and Flash Boom Bang went up favourite, just due to where they're drawn and the traits of the greyhound. So no surprise to see Zeus Keeping absolutely hammered here.
A bit of Shane Stiff money maybe involved in that as well. Let's talk about the 2 going solo. Big price. Yet to crack 30 seconds for the trip. Might be a little bit outclassed.
Yeah, would need to improve. Not all that well drawn in box 2.
Zali Keeping is by Magumbo. You mentioned him earlier. Ran in a couple of Group 2 finals, Magumbo. Also produced Sweet It Is, who was a multiple Group 1 winner, Battler.
Yeah, good run behind Flash Boom Bang last week. Checked, but still finished third. Has got a PB of 29.48. The danger to Zeus Keeping. Fancy
Mal ran fourth in the heat last week.
Look, I've got to say, this isn't the worst roughie I've ever seen. Look, he ran 22.83, winning over 400 a few runs ago, and has run 29.60 in a steward's trial around here. Look, if you are looking for a rough chance, Fancy Mal is certainly that greyhound.
Can we get a price from Ladbrokes as well, Jared?
You can have $51 for Fancy Mal at Ladbrokes. Thanks for coming.
There you go, 51 into 46. They're listening, Battler. They're right behind 11 the place if you want Fancy Mal. Magpie Harry was impressive, winning in 29.8 last week.
Yeah, led all of the way, as you said, 29.85, 441 opening fraction. Has got the speed to get across here. If he does, he could run a cheeky race.
Miss McGraw, very interesting runner, and I reckon brings the best exposed form to the race. What do you think?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. She's made a Group 1 race at Wentworth Park. Now she is fitter for a couple of runs back from a spell. She's suited, drawn wide out on the track where she does want to be. Greyhound number 8, Flash Boom Bang, won't worry her. He walks out of the boxes. She'll get fresh air what she wants. Magpie Harry will give her a bit of a cart across and fresh air as well. He'll want to get to the inside a little. She's certainly a winning chance.
And Flash Boom Bang in box 8 for Jack Smith. Friendless in betting, out to $4 with laddies at the moment.
Yeah, he's a greyhound with a big engine, but he's a poor beginner. No early speed, really strong, and he's better suited down near to the rails.
Battler's Banker, who are you going with? Because I reckon, I'm not keeping count, but are you 3 from 4 so far, my friend? What are you up to?
Thereabouts, Simon. I don't keep count. You just have a look at the account at the end of the night. Zeus Keeping from box number 1, beautifully drawn here. But if you are looking for a saver, I think Miss McGraw's got a tremendous chance around that $5 mark, but I'm really keen on Zeus Keeping. And as I mentioned, if you want a real roughie, number 5.
Yeah, I tell you what, Zeus Keeping, the weight of money really worries me, but I'm with Miss McGraw at the better price. Hopefully I can get one back on you here for Jack Smith. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes, you've been fantastic so far. We're a minute and a half out from race 5, mate. Who's the market mover?
Well, appreciate that rev up there, Simon. Zeus Keeping is our $2.15 favourite. I'm going to touch on Miss McGraw as well, though, as both of you gents have. $6.50 into $4.80 as we chat now.
I tell you what, there is some massive news breaking out at Dubbo. The Bucking Bull update. That's what we're after, boys. That's what we're talking about on the broadcast tonight. Forget about the racing. The Bucking Bull was meant to be outside. It's been moved inside. The punters apparently are lining up. They've got the stirrups and the boots on, the cowboy jeans, all sorts of things. But they've moved it indoors, so don't stress. If you're in the Dubbo region, you can still get down to the Bucking Bull. Cowboys all over the Central West, I'm told, are heading out to ride the Bucking Bull. $1,000 for whoever can stay on the bull the longest. I'm not making this up. This is actually happening out there at Dubbo tonight. $1,000 for who can stay on the Bucking Bull the longest. A great activation out there from Shane Stiff and the team at Dubbo. We're about 25 seconds away from the 5th race here. It's a Greyhound Racing New South Wales 5th grade series final. Just delayed a little bit there. It looks like they're about to make their way out onto the track. So we might turn our attention to race 2 at Wentworth Park. We saw a short price favourite at Potential Superstar take out the first. Jared Timms, what can you tell us about race 2?
Let's have a look at another short price favourite here, Simon. Midnight Spritz, $1.45 into $1.40. Now, Fauna's Storm occupies the second line of betting at Ladbrokes, $4 into $3.80 today. Code Blue Time, just a slight drift, $9.50 out to $10. We're looking at another very firm favourite here. It is Midnight Spritz.
Oh, come on, laddies. Give us $2 for Midnight Spritz. Come on, be a sport, would you? Give us something to get around there at Wentworth Park. I tell you what, Midnight Spritz, another really talented greyhound coming out of the Jody and Andy Lord kennel. Battler, do you reckon Nengar Larry is still the number 1 seed for them going into the Golden Easter egg? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, probably. Probably. He's absolutely airborne. But this greyhound is one on the rise. But again, would be a greyhound who's only sort of been racing through its grade, and once you get up to Group 1 company of a Golden Easter egg, you really need to go to that next level. But yeah, I'd imagine Nengar Larry would be top seed.
Midnight Spritz, a 29.6 dog at Wenty Park, only had the 14 starts, so Similar sort of trajectory to Superstar Ethics, a young dog on the rise. As Dubbo, we can see still wet and soggy underfoot out there tonight. The participants hopefully taking it all in their stride as they move behind the boxes for race 5 on a big, big night. We're about an hour away from crowning the 3rd winner of the Ladbrokes Country Classic. But before we do that, race 5 from Dubbo, I throw it over to our caller, Matt Jackson.
14, going solo, Fancy Mel, both at big odds. Field of 7 to run to kick the quaddie off tonight. Favourite, box 1, Zeus Keeping. $2 in from $3.80 opening price, and the green light is turned on now. So the Lua's on its way. They're set to jump. 5th event tonight. They're ready. And they're racing now. Zeus Keeping away just reasonably. Zali Keeping on the other hand. She was fast to begin and leads Magpie Harry at the first turn, but they did come together. Zeus Keeping builds momentum, goes to 3rd. Miss McGraw 4th. They're followed then by next Flash Boom Bang. There was trouble at the front of the field. Miss McGraw, Magpie Harry checked each other. Well back in the field, going solo and Fancy Mel. Zali Keeping to the home turn. Leads by 3. Flash Boom Bang is starting to rocket up along the rail. Flash Boom Bang hit the lead, and Flash Boom Bang beat Zali Keeping and Zeus Keeping. 4th in Miss McGraw from going solo. Then Fancy Mel and Magpie Harry. The time around 29.6.
Flash Boom Bang for Jack Smith. Salutes. It's been a wonderful night already for the Smith Kennel. And they've got another one home in Flash Boom Bang. And Defied the Drift as well. Open 205 with laddies earlier this week. 420 jumped at and goes across the line in first place. A strong win to run down Zali Keeping for Shemaine Robertson, Shane Stiff. That was impressive, Battler.
Yeah, it sure was. He's got a big, big engine. Wasn't the best to begin, like he normally does, but he was able to find the rail. He's a desperate railer, and he's found it from box 8, and the runs appeared working through the catching pen into the back straight. And when he was, 4 or 5 off the leader, Zali Keeping, midway down the back straight, he was the only greyhound you wanted to be on. Later on in his career, there's no doubt he'll get over 600 metres and probably 700 metres later on. But yeah, there's no doubting his ability. Massive engine, and that was on show tonight.
And same litter as an earlier winner on the program in Irinka Benji, who I know you had a high opinion of. So would you believe it? Jack Smith, the rich get richer, eh? He's got another good one out there in the Central West at Falls. But we turn our attention back to Wenty Park, I should say, for race 2 on the program there. It's a Ladbroke at 5th grade event over 520 metres. We're steering towards some pretty good dogs stepping out in the Golden Easter Egg Carnival in the coming weeks. We might work our way through the runners. Battler, Code Blue Tom jumps from the cherry, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Yeah, rising in class on recent runs. Winner at Richmond in 29.85, which was a best of the night a few runs ago, and then finished 3rd at Temora over the 570 at his latest run, dropping back to the 520 at Wenny. Up in class, back to the city, place chance for mine.
I know there's a short price favourite here, but Topper Bloom from box 2 has got some pretty good first sections, 545, 548 in last 2 runs at Wenty Park.
Yeah, reliable beginner. If you're showing that speed, you will be punching for the lead of the first turn. Look, a greyhound who has run 30.07 winning at Wenty Park, but would need to break 30 seconds to win this tonight.
Vacant box in 3. Freitas for Pete as a party jumps from box 4, and the price is coming in.
Yeah, I couldn't have that greyhound, Freitas, on recent form.
The 5, Fauna's Storm, has won 3 of her last 4 in some good times, and I tipped it at Dapto a couple of weeks ago. Didn't let me down.
Give yourself a rap there. Fauna's Storm. The main danger, as betting does suggest, to the favourite. You know what? I think she's a chance of beating his favourite. 29.82 last week, 5.43 opening fraction. She generally runs, 5.40s or thereabouts. She's run 5.40 odd at Dapto, which is early section, which is hiking along. I think she can charge across here, take control. If she does, she'll run an almighty race. I think she can topple the favourite.
Topper Zoo's never cracked 30 seconds flat for the track and trip. You'd think you'd need a time under 30 to win this race.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
And Midnight Spirits, we've talked about, $1.40 at the moment with Ladbrokes, one of the new boom dogs out of the Lord Kennels.
Yeah, a deserved favourite. She's beautifully bred. She's run 29.53 at the track, which she did 3 runs ago. She ran 66 at her latest run. The one to beat, but she's at a very, very skinny quote.
Hayley Moffat handling tonight. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes. Can you give us a market mover? Who should we be backing in this one?
Well, the market mover is still the very, very firm favourite here, Midnight Spritz. Did touch $1.35, currently a $1.40 chance in the Ladbrokes market. Fortis Storm has had a sprinkling of interest, though, $4.80.
Race 2 from Wenty Park. Let's throw over to race caller Russell Veach.
Greyhound's getting set now. Race number 2 and $1.30. Midnight Spritz for Jody Lord is the favourite. Exiting box number 8. Number 5 will go with it early. Fortis Storm, they've got similar first market times at 5:40s. Just about set. Race number 2 tonight at Whitworth Park, and the light is on. It glows on top of the 5:20 boxes, and they're just about ready. Set. Lid flies, great line out too, showing speed. Code Blue Tom Lee inside. Fortis Storm rushes over, and likewise Midnight Spritz. It'll be deep on the first corner. They're 1, 2, 3, followed by Topper Bloom into third, placing off the fence. And then came Freitas a long way back in the races. Topper Zoo off the back though, and the favourite took over. Midnight Spritz put 3 or 4 on Code Blue Tom, followed by Topper Bloom as they turn though, and it's all the favourite Midnight Spritz racing clear, and Midnight Spritz beats Code Blue Tom second. Then Topper Bloom, followed by Freitas, Fortis Storm and Topper Zoo. 29.6 the race time, and Midnight Spritz has won 3 of its last 4 now for Jody Lord. 29.68, about 0.15 outside of its best. It's now a 6-time winner here at Whitworth Park. It beats 1 Code Blue Tom, 2 is third Topper Bloom, and 4th of 4 Freitas. Interim result 8, 1, 2 and 4. Winning margin 3 1/4 lengths. It's 4 3/4 between second and third. 5.44 to the first marker, 13.88, 17.93, home in 11.75 and a 29.68 run. Winner number 8, Midnight Spritz, takes out the spoils in race number 2 tonight. A black bitch by Tommy Shelby Racing Boots, whelped in November 2021. Makes it 7 wins from 15, 6 from 10 here at the track and trip. Owned by Bailey Dickinson and trained by Jody Lord. 1 second Code Blue Tom for Mark Bell by Aussie Infrared, Miss Wing Wong. And 2 third Topper Bloom for Francis Harris by Whiskey Riot, Topper Phoenix. 8-1-2-4 on the Ladbroke, race 2.
Midnight Spritz puts her paw forward for the Golden Easter Egg Series. Another wonderful performance there from the Andy and Jody Lord trained runner. Not quite as quick as Superstar Ethics, but still a dominant performance nonetheless. That's race 2 in the books from Wenty Park, of course. We're heading towards the Ladbrokes Country Classic race 8 on the program. It's an hour and a minute away from Dubbo tonight. We've got the 6th coming up in 15 minutes. The current favourite, Nengar Nelly, 2:30. With Ladbrokes, we've got Nengar Lucy, 2:50. It's a heck of a race. A couple of these runners went around in the semi-finals and heats of the Country Classic, so looking forward to seeing what they can do. But Midnight Spritz, there she goes. A wonderful performance, 29.6 at Wenty Park, and there's the market for Dubbo, the Triple M. Jody and Matho for breakfast. That sounds like a good duo out there in the Central West. 14 minutes away. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back on the other side with plenty more coverage.
Marie, congratulations, another winner on this big night.
Yep, thank you. We'll take what we get. I'm sorry about the appearance, but I did get wet earlier.
That was a pretty impressive performance. Got back in the field, stormed home. Very strong late.
Yeah, I don't know who that reminds you of, actually, that dog, but no, he's learning and he's getting better.
600 be something for him in the future, perhaps?
Oh, I think he could. Yep. So
that breed, that's just an amazing breed. That litter, it's been pretty impressive for you guys already.
Yeah, I know. And Brian, who picked, well, when Raymond said to him, you know, do you want a big dog or a little dog or whatever, he said, oh, no, I'll take the bigger dog. Yeah, anyway.
There we go.
That's what you get. Yeah.
It's been a good start for the night, but there is one race a little bit later on that I hope that you guys will have a bit of success in. How's your nerves been this week?
Actually, pretty good up until Yeah, probably today, and I think because he's just so popular, yeah, you just sort of you want it bad, but the 7 other dogs in it want it bad too. So
It's the thing that you had popular as well with Feral Frankie. You had popular with Jungle Juice. It just seems to be a theme there with you guys.
I think it's the naming.
Perhaps that has something to do with it, but anyway, fingers crossed tonight with both of them in the big race, and it'd be great to see them win.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Mary. Well done. Thank you. Joined by Jack Smith, who has 2 runners in the Country Classic final, Bella Una as well as Palawa King. Bella Una, you were desperate for an inside draw. You came out with the 8, no luck at all there.
Yeah, that's for sure. To be in the race really well, I thought she had to draw inside, but she handles the outside, but it's just hard over there from the outside. She'll need to come out actually running, and she ran an unbelievable race last week, so we're still confident she'll run a race.
It must be a nice thing for Michael and his family as well, on their home track as such, just up the road at Forbes, to be able to come out and watch her go around.
Oh, for sure. They're all here, the 5 kids and the grandparents, so let's hope she runs a race for them.
Box 8, as you said, tough draw, but strange things happen in big races sometimes.
Oh, I don't think it'll be strange. I think she's got a good show.
Fingers crossed, good luck with both of them.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Dogs' exclusive coverage of Ladbrokes Country Classic Night. Of course, race 8 on the program just after 8:50. $125,000 will be up for grabs. We've already seen 5 of the best from Dubbo. We've taken 2 races from Wentworth Park headquarters, of course, hosting the Golden Easter Egg Carnival in a couple of weeks' time. So some of the best dogs in the business stepping out at Wenty tonight. We're going to bring you all the action from both venues for the duration of the evening. Tim, the battler Newbold, is alongside me. He's tipping up a storm. And Jared Timms from Ladbrokes, I tell you what, not only is he giving us some market movers, but he just ate pizza like a Komodo dragon swallowing a poor little animal in the wild. Never seen anything like it. It's crazy. Race 6, Jared, can you give us an update, please?
I'm not sure what would have been better here, my performance on the bull tonight or out in the pizza ring here in the studio, but you've seen one of them. Race number 6. The punters don't really know which way to look here. In fact, Nangar Lucy and Nangar Nelly currently tied on the top line, are betting $2.60 each. $3.90. Red Hot Frankie has certainly had admirers at that price. Rocket Rita is currently the Ladbrokes market mover. $10 into $5 here. Then a big old jump down to the last in the market. Monique keeping $101. Nangar Lucy and Nangar Nelly currently tying the top line of betting.
Well done, my friend. A race that's, well, I guess the scratching of Zip and Caleb has changed the complexion a little bit, Battler, but can you walk us through the speed map?
Yeah, Nangar Lucy and Nangar Nelly are the 2 speed runners, along with Red Hot Frankie, who is a very, very reliable beginner. From that inside alley, she's the likely leader, but Nangar Lucy and Nangar Nelly, they'll be right there ready to strike. And Rocket Rita, she can show a turn of speed on her night. She's a greyhound who's very, very capable as well.
Jack Smith, of course, has Red Hot Frankie in the 1, and then the Nangar dogs, Nelly and Lucy, of course, with Dennis and Ann Barnes out there at Cudal. And Nelly, a little bit unlucky, I reckon, maybe stiff not to make her way through to the big one, the Country Classic final. We're going to head towards Wenty Park now with an update there. It looks like they're on the way to the boxes. I can see Michelle Sultana looking pleased as punch at the back of the line up there, walking out with the Greyhound at Wenty Park. This is a good one because history's coming. The National Derby winner is stepping out for Tommy Rees. He was an absolute star back in January. Can you give us a market update, Jared?
Yeah, another very, very popular favourite here in History's Coming. This is race 3 and another one below $1.50. In fact, this chaser is a $1.50 favourite. Corborn Apollo has gone the other way just slightly, $4.80 out to $5. History's Coming, a very, very clear market leader again.
And was a wonderful winner at the Derby earlier this year. Battler, what about the speed map?
Yeah, History's Coming. He can be touchy at box rise, but gee whiz, he's got an amazing turn of speed. He's the likely leader. All lies ahead, should punch through to settle on the speed, and Kangaroo Jack won't be too far away either.
Why don't we work our way through the runners? We've got a minute until they jump. Corborn Apollo in the red. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, progressive type. Great record overall. 29.67 winner at Wenty Park 2 runs ago, then 96 at his latest run. He has run 5.43 opening fraction. If he does repeat that, he'll be driving along the inside looking for the lead here. Has run well at Dapdale and run quick time there, broken 30 seconds. Look, he's one of the better chances in the race.
We're going to jump ahead to History's Coming, the 4. We've spoken about him already. $1.50 for Tommy Rees. $1.50 again. Too short? Battler, what do you think?
Oh, look, I would have rather taken $1.50 this Greyhound than a couple of the others mentioned earlier on in the night. He's a weapon when he gets the start right. Geez, he's got an amazing turn of foot. He returns to Wentworth Park after going around in the Temora Cup at his latest run. He's got 2 vacant boxes on his outside here, which is a big, big asset. He's got a vacant box on his inside because he can be a little tardy away from boxes, from the boxes. But geez, when he does hit the ground, he's got high speed. He's clearly the one to beat.
Yeah, star on the rise. Just quickly, what can you tell us about Kangaroo Jack and Black Tsunami?
Yeah, racing really consistently. Kangaroo Jack has a PB of 29.61. Did run 29.73 at his latest run and has got the early pace to get across. And Black Tsunami can be a greyhound who's hard to catch. I'd include him into the wider multiples.
It's all about History's Coming. $1.55 favourite with Ladbrokes as we throw it over to Russell Veach, the race caller out there at headquarters tonight.
Getting set. $1.50 about History's Coming for Thomas Rees. vacant boxes around him, with the scratching and the other vacant boxes. And the green light is on. Provocateurs up to the 5:20 start now. Favoured in 4. History's coming at 150. They set. And away. History's coming, but get okay tonight. He's going to charge through and find the fence in front of Kangaroo Jack. Corborn Apollo is third. He got into trouble. He brought down Kangaroo Jack. They had a horrible fall in the first corner, and they're trying to be recaptured now as they head down the back, and it's all History's coming. He put a gap on them. He's 15 in front of All Eyes Ahead, Black Tsunami, and that's about it, but it's all History's coming on the home corner. He's a minute clear. The National Derby winner is going to win this 5th grade in grand style. It's all History's coming. Bolted in, beat All Eyes Ahead and Black Tsunami. Kangaroo Jack will complete the course. Corborn Apollo sold out as well on the first corner but failed to finish.
That's a statement from History's Coming. 29.7. It looks like the time might be 29.71 official confirmation. Maybe just wobbled a bit around the home turn, Battler, but you said as soon as he jumped out of the boxes, maybe a 29.4, 29.5 run. I think it's a good performance. He's a dog on the way to the Golden Easter Egg, of course, already a Group 1 winner for Paul Ballantyne and Tommy Rees. We head back to Dubbo. There he is, Jack Smith leading the runners out to the boxes for this interesting 605-metre event. Red Hot Frankie in box 1. Battler, what can you tell us about that greyhound?
Yeah, she's a reliable beginner. She's got a good turn of speed. She's the likely leader. She's just not as quick as, the likes of Nangar Lucy or Nangar Nelly, in my opinion. And she would be better suited by a full field here, Red Hot Frankie. But if you want to be on the leader, it's probably Red Hot Frankie.
Nangar Lucy's a dual group race winner already, and she began her career here at Dubbo.
Yeah, she won the Group 1 Peter Mossman at Weddy in July last year, and then the Black Top at the Gardens. Look, she found trouble at a latest run at Dubbo in a semi-final of the Classic. She lost all momentum when she got a little bit of a check. Gee, there's a good crowd even despite the weather. She's got a great chance here. She should land right behind Red Hot Frankie at the first turn. She's got a big engine, and her class will take her a long, long way.
And Nangar Lucy, is she the favourite at the moment, Jared?
Certainly is, Simon. $3.10 into $2.70 in the Ladbrokes market.
Open 3.10, as you say, some money for her, and Nangar Nelly going the other way. What can you tell us about Rocket Reader and Nangar Nelly, Battler?
Rocket Reader's got a great chance and was around the $10, $11 mark at one point earlier today, which is well and truly overs. Ran 29.68 at Wenny Park 5 runs ago and was strong to the line. So no shock to see her get up in journey over a past couple of runs and actually target the Country Classic. Found early trouble in the semi-final last week, but a really, really good run, finishing third. And then was a gallant second behind Bella Una at Tamora in the heat. Look, the best value chance in the race, the value's probably gone now. She's found a mark around the $5 and $6 mark, but she was value earlier today around the $10, $12 mark.
Who's Battler's banker?
Nangar Nelly, Greyhound 7. Bombed the jump at a latest run where she finished third in the semi-final. She did get to the lead mid-race, but then caught in the latter stages. She'd really spent all her pennies mid-race to work to the lead. I think it'll be a different story tonight. I think she can get across, sit second behind Red Hot Frankie, and then really let go mid-race.
Who's the market mover for Ladbrokes?
Rocket Rita, $10 into $4.60.
Wasn't expecting that. I like Nangar Lucy. Battler likes Nangar Nelly, and Ladbrokes saying Rocket Reader is the market mover. You've still got a couple of seconds to get on. If you do it, make sure you do it with the power of Ladbrokes. I throw it over to race caller Matt Jackson.
So they're loading up well. And there's the green light. In fact, they're all set, ready to run. Race 6, field of 5, ready. And they're racing now. Beginning quickly here, box 4, Rocket Reader will lead at the first turn from Red Hot Frankie, who's landed second in a nice place. Moving up third, Nangar Nelly, Nangar Lucy, the rail fourth. Back at the end is Monique Keeping. They head to the back straight, and Rocket Reader leads by 2 lengths, Red Hot Frankie. 2 lengths away, Nangar Nelly trying to close on them. There for Nangar Lucy and a gap Monique Keeping. They bunch a little off the back straight. Rocket Reader leads by a length on Red Hot Frankie, who's trying to get up on the inside. Now checks over heels, but it's still Rocket Reader kicking hard up front. Rocket Reader all the way beats Nangar Lucy. Big finish third. Red Hot Frankie, Nangar Nelly and Monique Keeping best work late. The time around 35.10.
35.10 for Rocket Reed. I tell you what, you don't have to be stiff to be dead. Dead to be stiff. Battler, I'm on the 2 there. Can't bet, but wanted the bragging rights. Unlucky runner of the race.
Yeah. Probably should have won. Nangar Lucy, but all honours to Rocket Reader and the punters. They've got the lot there. Double figures into around the $4.85 mark at the end, Jared.
$5 ended up going around Rocket Reader.
And I'll tell you what, Matty Duncan, a local out in the Central West. I know Shane Stiff had a big spruik on this dog ahead of the semi-finals of the Country Classic. Obviously didn't make it through to the final, but good to see Matty Duncan and Rocket Reader backing it up here tonight. Start number 22, win number 8 for Connections, out of by Fernando Bale, I should say, out of Miss Vanuatu. 35.07. Not super quick, but we can see the track's still quite soggy, Battler.
Yeah, and she put the writing on the wall with Park 5 runs ago when she ran 29.68, and I've got no doubt after running that, then they thought, well, we're going to have a crack now at the Country Classic, and very unlucky not to be in the Country Classic because her run in the semi-final last week was a beauty. She found trouble, and that's really the only reason she didn't sort of get through. Had she got a little bit more luck, she would have qualified. So she's got a little consolation tonight, Rocket Reader. Straight to the top, and she's defied all challenges. But Nangar Lucy, she's the unlucky runner of the race. And Red Hot Frankie did get onto heels on the home corner too. She should have finished a bit closer.
I guess the question now, Nangar Lucy, as we see the semaphore board there, 4.273. What race is up for her in the next couple of months? We know, obviously, the Egg 500. We've got the Association Cup. Is she sort of in between?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll give her a freshen up now and come back and have a crack at the Golden Easter Egg. I don't think they'd be stretching. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't imagine they'd stretch her out to the Association Cup. If they think she'll run 700 metres, I'm not sold on that at the moment. If they do think she can run 700 metres, they'll go the Association Cup and then the 715. But I'm not sure what Dennis and Ian think, but yeah, if she's not going to go down that path, it'll be a freshen up in the Golden Easter Egg.
The way she hit the line, maybe their options are still wide open. Mick Cowley's our man at the track at Dubbo tonight, and he's down trackside with the winner of that race, Matthew Duncan.
I am with Matt Duncan. Simon, congratulations, Matt. Bobbed in front tonight, and that made all the difference.
Yeah, a bit better than last week. She didn't come out real good last week, but yeah, landed on the bunny tonight, and yeah, she went good. Just held on, so mainly.
As you said, didn't come out real good last week. Was a bit stiff, finished third, nearly got into that Country Classic final. But one of those things you go, well, that's racing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You got to do everything right. The weeks before it, you got to make sure you get in the final, and we weren't good enough last week, so that's the way it goes, mate. Yeah.
I had some good form around those Wentworth Park runs as well. Was that reason why you decided to have a crack at this series?
Yeah, she seems to like it down there. Yeah, so yeah, I thought she's a pretty strong bitch. So put her over the 600 and see how she goes. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with it now. Whether we'll carry on with her or give her a bit of a spell. We'll see how she pulls up.
Do you think she'll get further, or is 600 it?
Yeah, don't know. Yeah, we sort of didn't do much with her this week to try and get her out of the boxes a bit better, and that worked. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see, mate. Yeah.
Good to win a race on this night, even though it's not the big race.
Yeah, bloody oath. Yeah, good night. Yeah, bloody oath. Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, mate. Well done, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Well done.
Matty Duncan there with Mick Cowley. Bloody oath. That says Country Classic all over, doesn't it? I tell you what, the crowd down there, Batley, you mentioned it before, still a lot of people filing in to watch, hopefully, the Ladbrokes Country Classic tonight. But if not, maybe it's that bucking bull that we've heard so much about, $1,000 for whoever can stay atop the bull for as long as possible. There's some vision of Wenty Park. We're also covering the race meet there tonight, heading towards the Golden Easter Egg. But I tell you what, we are waiting for footage of that bucking bull. There it is. Here you go. There you go. Oh, it's everything it lived up to be with the Ladbrokes Red. Also, I don't mind the form from that young fella there. Big smile. $1,000. I spend it on lollies and all sorts of things. But tell you what, the bull's not as big as I anticipated, boys. I thought the bull would be a bit bigger or move a bit more vigorously. What do you reckon, Jared? You got some bull riding
That is in slow motion.
Oh, is it? Is it? No? I don't think so. No, the people on the side, they look like they're clapping along. Tell you what, there you go. We're here in the studio. We could be there enjoying the bucking bill.
I'm still howling on the head of media. Don't worry about that. Anyway.
Oh, Mick Cowley. Get him on there. That'd be a good laugh. Let's have a look at the market just quickly for the Ladbrokes Country Classic. Jared Timms, what can you tell us?
Palawa King has joined Nangar Rocket on the top line of betting now, $3.10 each for those two chases. Big Thunder, the money is continuing to come for him as well, a $5.50 chance, and is the Ladbrokes market mover. Aglan Luai still firm at $6, $6.50 Bella Una, and Aston Costello, $9. Palawa King has climbed onto the top line of betting, $3.10.
Well done, mate. Continuing that good work throughout the night. Jack Smith has already had a wonderful night at Dubbo with a couple of winners. Palawa King is arguably the best greyhound racing in Australia at the moment. He'll be going around in the Country Classic later on, and Mick Cowley caught up with Jack.
Jack, you've got one of the favourites in the Country Classic, Palawa King. Do you hold your breath at the start as always?
Certainly do. Just hope he's not too far behind.
Mate, he's an absolute freak. That run last week, just amazing. Do you ever scratch your head and go, how did he do that?
Yeah, all the time. But he just seems to know where the line is, doesn't he? He's unbelievable in the field. Yeah.
You've won a lot of feature races, Group 1s, 4 Group 1s with this dog. To win a race like this on your home track, essentially, what would that mean?
Oh, I mean everything, because Errol's local as well. We both race here, nearly week in and week out. So to bring him back here and be in this race it's good, yeah.
Does it matter? Like everyone's been talking about box draws, and it doesn't really matter with him, does it?
No, it doesn't. Oh, well, sooner. That's pretty good for him, actually. Last week he drew really wide, and all he did was he cut hard the fence and cost himself ground. So hopefully he can tack in a bit earlier tonight.
Hey, have you sent him around the 600 here on his own to see what he can do?
Actually, he's never really run any time. He has trouble with the 400-metre turn. So if you've watched a few of his videos, you'll notice he struggles a little bit there. But when he gets down the back, if he's in a spot, he lets loose.
It's a hot field, plenty of dangers. Nangar Rocket be one of them, I suppose.
Oh yeah, Rocket. Oh, they're all worthy to be in it. So.
Greyhound of the Year, Group 1s. It'd be nice to have a Country Classic. Good luck tonight with Palawa King.
Thanks, mate.
Jack Smith there with Mick Cowley out at Dubbo. That was recorded earlier on. It's still wet and dreary out there at Dawson Park. But I tell you what, Battler, I'm loath to throw around the world champion, but he's sort of getting into that territory, isn't he?
Yeah, he's getting there. Yeah, I agree. I think champion's a tag which is used way too often in this day and age. But yeah, he's getting up there. He's a freak show of an animal. He just walks out and then he just lets go mid-race. And we have a look at here last week, and he was away poorly again, and he was back, last on settling, but he found the rail, and this is what he does. He found the rail, but you can see there through the first turn catching pen, they did open up for him to get through. And then the big engine kicked in down the back straight, and he began to reel them in and do what he's done many, many times. Whether the heavens open again for him tonight is another matter. But when he got into striking range on that top turn, there was no betting, and he just forged away that big finish. And he's clearly the one to beat. There's no doubt about it. I thought he would have gone up favourite, and I actually think he will definitely start favourite because he's a bit of a people's dog. He's a profile dog, and I think the money will come for him as we get closer to the race.
We need those sort of dogs as well, right? I know that, She's a Pearl captured the attention of the greyhound world for, 18 months there, and she seemingly went off to begin her next career, and Palawa King showed up.
And punters and fans love a greyhound who drop out and storms home, and he's one of those greyhounds. They love a back marker, and they're always a popular greyhound, and we've got another one in him.
Speaking of back markers, we are going to continue to push throughout the rest of the night. We're halfway through our big program, 8:52 p.m. You can look forward to the big one with Palawa King. Current $3.10 favourite with Ladbrokes, joint with Nangar Rocket for Dennis Barnes. That's Wenty Park, the scene of our next race. It's race 4, 8 minutes away. A smaller field there again. 6 runners, of course, over the 520-metre journey. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes, can you give us an update?
Shanghai Susie is our favourite here, Simon. You're getting a little bit better value in race number 4 than you have for the favourites in the first 3 races. $2.15 in our market. Good move for Mr. Yellowstone this evening. $3 into $2.60 now. He's currently the Ladbrokes market mover. Fascinate Nell has had admirers as per usual. $6 into $5.50. And Nangar Archie is an $8.50 chance. Shanghai Susie chasing the hat trick, $2.15.
Battler, we know a lot of Nolene Holloway's dogs have early pace. Is Fascinate Mel the likely leader tonight?
No, Shanghai Susie, she's a brilliant beginner, and she's got that great early toe. Excuse me. So she'll be charging over. I think she leads. Fascinate Mel won't be too far away. And the other one in the market, Mr. Yellowstone, he's completely opposite to Shanghai Susie. He hasn't got any early burn. He just gets into his gear mid-race, and his gears mid-race, and he's strong at the end. But Shanghai Susie should lead.
Mr. Yellowstone, an interesting runner for Andy and Jodie Lord. 28 starts for 12 wins. Andy is adamant that there's a big race in this guy somewhere. He's sort of reaching his peak at the moment age-wise. Is the Easter egg obviously the one, maybe?
Yeah, whether his traits are suited to a golden Easter egg, he just... Group 1 races are won by greyhounds more often than not with good box manners and great speed, and he's not one of those greyhounds. He can certainly run the time one out to win a golden Easter egg because he's got a big engine, but whether he's got those traits. But the one thing with a golden Easter egg, you don't have to win your heat. You can run third in a heat and you can run second in a semi-final and still make it through to the big one. So that certainly plays into his hands. But look, I can see why Andy does think that way because he's certainly got the motor.
We're 6 minutes away from that race at Wenty Park, but we'll turn our attention back to Dubbo, race 7. It's the race before the big one. It's a 4th, 5th grade series run over 400 metres. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes, Josie Hook is the favourite, $2.35. What more can you tell us, mate?
Easing favourite, in fact, $2 out to $2.35, and that's because the money has really started to come for Head the Charge here in 7. $4.20 the Ladbrokes bookies went up with earlier this week into $3.40. My mate Scully, I beg your pardon, easy tonight, $6 out to $7.50. Josie Hook is your drifting favourite.
I tell you what, Jared, ashtray change. You've just met myself and Battler here. Who do you reckon's got the most ashtray change rattling around in the car?
I think $1 Battler.
Oh, there you go. He'd probably still work in cash, wouldn't you? Yeah. Mate?
Yeah.
We'll move on from there. I'll tell you what, Battler, talk us through the speed map for this race.
Yeah, Josie Hook from the inside and ashtray change. It'll be charging across. It's a wide run. It's well drawn out there. That pair should be vying for the lead, and even Harmony Fire's got a good turn of speed when she does hit the ground.
I tell you what, Head the Charge, and I might be wrong here, ran in some good races. Am I right? Up here in Newcastle, maybe?
Yeah, spot on. Made the black top final at the Gardens last year when in the care of Anthony as a party. Started his career up here with Pam Braddon, so went down there, and then Anthony targeted a few of those big races. So he's certainly the class greyhound in the race.
There's the dogs' tips for the next at Dubbo. They like ashtray change at a juicy price as well. Josie Hook, mate Scully, and there's Head the Charge out in box 7. So they're the dogs' tips for race 7 at Dubbo. Before that comes up, we are going to Wenty Park for race 4 on the program there. We saw a favourite in Shanghai Susie, the Richmond Oaks win, and the Richmond Derby, that whole night, Battler, it's an important night, isn't it? A historic night, a lot of prestige around those races.
Yeah, and she was great throughout the series. She won the heat, and then she backed it up in the final, running identical. Oh no, just a little slower than what she did in the heat. But when we're talking, golden Easter eggs, she could be, the greyhound who's coming through and could really make her way through to a final because she's got those good box manners and that brilliant early speed to put her right on the firing line from the get-go. That's what, she's been in the money 21 of 29 starts overall. She's got a good overall record at Wenty Park. Her PB's 29.78. She will need to go quicker than that to win a big race at Wenty Park, but she's got the box manners and the pace to be there. That's for sure.
Why don't we work our way through this field at Wenty Park, race 4, over the 520 metres. Fascinate Mel jumps from box 1, her PB 29.6, but she is getting on in age.
Yeah, she's an old timer. She's got good box manners and pace. She's won 15 races at Whitworth Park. She's got a 29.63 PB. She makes her own luck and she'll use box number 1 to advantage.
I'm loving it. It was racing in non-graded company almost exclusively in the back half of last year, but just hasn't maybe found that form of late.
Yeah, she's not racing as well as what she can, that's for sure. She's now better getting back up to 500 metres. She was racing over the shorter journeys, 400s and 340s there for a little while. But she has returned recently from a break, so she's getting fitter and fitter with each and every run. She's run handy time around Wentworth Park, and from box number 2 she'll be right there behind the leader. I can't see her leading, but she'll be able to stalk the leaders through the first turn.
Vacant lid in 3. Nangar Archie jumps from box 4 for Caitlin Brewer, another of our really good young trainers in the sport at the moment.
Yeah, going really, really well at the moment. Runner-up at his latest run. He's another with a good turn of speed. He's run 29.88 around Wentworth Park, but he's got a pretty steady winning strike rate at Weddy, where he's only won 2 of 21. That is a worry.
Shanghai Susie, we've touched on already as the Richmond Oaks champion and probably at the peak of her powers at the moment. Is she the one to beat?
Yeah, she is.
Easy. Vacant box in 6. Molly on Fire gets 7. Pretty honest, but maybe just lacks a bit of brilliance.
Yeah, getting up in class here. She's been racing really consistently over the shorter journeys at Richmond, the Gardens, Bulli and Gosford, but this is a different gravy tonight.
And we mentioned Mr. Yellowstone already for Jodie and Andy Lord. Could you have a bit of a slice of the 270 on offer at the moment?
Oh, I'd have to be in the corner of Shanghai Susie.
Okay.
He's clearly the main danger, but I'd rather be on her. I think she'll lead where he'll be back in the pack, but he is well drawn wide out and he's got a mighty engine.
Jared Timms from Ladbrokes, can you give us a market mover?
It's Mr. Yellowstone, $3 into $2.60. Race favourite Shanghai Susie, just a little easy, $2.35 out to $2.40.
Tell you what, we're going to give a quick update on Dubbo. That's race 7 coming up just after this. We'll go straight back to Dawson Park, but at the moment, the favourite, the 1, Josie Hook for Michelle Lill, seeing them like beach balls in 2024. 2.20 favourite, Josie Hook at Dubbo. That's 4 minutes away, so if you want to jump on, make sure you head to Ladbrokes right now. The 1, Josie Hook. Wenty Park, race number 4. We're going to take 9 races tonight. It's a 10-race program, but we'll take 9 of them. Of course, the Country Classic. Under half an hour away, it's race 8 on the program at Dubbo. We're jumping back and forth, but hopefully you're enjoying the coverage on the dogs.com.au or the Ladbrokes app, wherever you might be watching tonight. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Are we doing that still? TikTok? Battler, do you know anything about that?
Not really.
Do you want to know anything about that?
Yeah, I'm not really on social media or too.
Yeah, fair enough. It can be a bit of a sewer, that place. Anyway, race 4 here at Wenty Park. Hey, I'm going to throw it over to Jared here, just for a tip, for interest's sake. I'm going to throw him in the mix here. Who are you tipping, big fella?
I like that. In the next at Wenty here, is that where we're talking?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Of course. I'm going to follow the weight of money here. I'm really trusting the Ladbrokes punters tonight. They've been going pretty well, particularly here at Wenty. And Mr. Yellowstone has actually just climbed onto the top line of betting here. $2.50 each with Shanghai Susie. I think the number 8 might be the go here.
There you go. Cheerio to Andy and Jodie Lord if they're watching from home. We'll throw it over to Russell Veach, who's calling all the action at Wenty Park tonight.
Mill goes up for Nolene Holloway. Mr. Yellowstone, very good at Tamura last time out to win for Jodie Lord, seeking a winning double. They're just about set. Race 4. And the starter will put the light on in just a moment's time. There it goes. It glows on top of the boxes and the lure rolls. Favourites drawn in 5 and also the 8 equally. They're set. And the box lids have failed to open here. So all greyhounds will be taken from the boxes and vetted prior to a restart in the 4th race.
Hold all tickets there, race 4 at Wenty Park. Bit of a malfunction there at the boxes. So the dogs will be brought out, they'll be vetted and checked, and then we'll roll them back in to hopefully get race 4 run and 1 at Wenty Park tonight. So a bit of confusion there at Wenty Park. Hopefully all the greyhounds are okay. They'll be checked, as we said, and they'll jump back into the boxes hopefully after the 7th from Dubbo. We might as well get a market update from Jared Timms, who's with us tonight from Ladbrokes, a minute 30 away from the race.
Josie Hook, still our favourite, but a drifter, $2 out to $2.30. Head the charge, $4.20 out to $5. Really good move late for Ash Trey Change. He is the Ladbrokes market mover, $11 into $6.50.
Battler, we'll just focus on a couple of the heavyweights here. Josie Hook in box 1 was sharp in the heats.
Yeah, perfectly drawn in box number 1 as well. Led all of the way in 22.88. Ran a good early section. Drawn to run an almighty race.
The 4 Fernando, $6.50 with Ladbrokes at the moment, started $9, so a bit of support there.
Yeah, tricky draw though. Shooting for the hat-trick of wins at Dubbo. has run 22.87 at her latest run, I should say. Has just got to nail the jump to get across.
We'll go to the 6 Ashtray Change, $11 open with Laddie's Generous, considering it's $6.50 now.
Yeah, went up double figures. Definitely overs. He's beautifully drawn out wide on the track. He's a wide runner. He won in 22.90, first look at the track last week, so he'll take a stack of benefit out of that. Prior, he'd run quick time at Maitland, Gunnedah. He's got a good overall record. I think he's great value.
The 7 Head the Charge, formerly with the Azza Party Kennel, now back with Pam Braddon.
Yeah, the class runner in the race. Made the Black Top final last year at the Gardens. Did run 29.34 over the 500 metres, winning a heat of the Black Top. No doubt he'll be better for a couple of runs back from a spell. He's getting fitter and fitter. I've got to say, I thought his run behind Ashtray Change was only steady, but it was he'll be better for the run fitter. And
Tom Keeping comes into box 8, the first reserve for Charmaine Roberts. Pretty sure Tom Keeping ranked second behind Postman Pat. Was that $1 million chase semi-final or city qualifier last year?
Yeah, spot on. That was 5 runs ago. And then he had a few runs and he's recently returned from a break. Yeah, it's pretty good form, isn't it? And he ran an absolute bottler. Look, he's a very capable greyhound, but I don't know whether he's got the pace to get across from the 8 alley here.
J-Bone from Ladbrokes, can we get a price on Tom Keeping and a market mover?
Tom Keeping is currently going around a $19 chance in the Ladbrokes market, so maybe a bit of each-way value there if you can. The market mover is Ashtray Change, now onto the second line of betting here at Ladbrokes. 11's into $5.50.
Battler, who do you like?
Yeah, I'm with Ashtray Change here. I think it's great value.
I'm with the 3, Mates Gully. They are going in at Wenty. We'll record that. We'll get you race 4 in just a moment. But race 7 from Dubbo. Matt Jackson's made the trip out there. We throw over to him.
$7. Mates Gully at 10. So they're just about all locked in. There's the green light. Lures on its way. 2.25 Josie Hook, box 1 favourite set. Racing now. She was a little hesitant, Josie Hook, and she missed it 3 or 4, and Ashtray Change exploded out and led by 4 down the back on Josie Hook to second. Third, Fernando Ferrero Magic fourth. Next is Head the Charge. Well back in the field, Mates Gully, and they're followed then by Tom Keeping and Harmony Fire around the turn. It's all Ashtray Change. He has just blown them off the park. Ashtray Change easily beats Josie Hook. Third, Ferrero Magic, and fourth, Fernando. They're followed in then by Mates Gully, who was well back with Tom Keeping, Head the Charge, and Harmony Fire, the run around 22.6.
Hell of a performance there from Ashtray Change. Look at the punters, arms outstretched, pointing to the heavens. Is that a Bundy rum can, or what is that in that gentleman's hand, the red jumper? Looks like they're all having a good time out there at Dawson's Park. That was a good effort, 22.58. And it was one, and right at the boxes, Battler jumped straight out, straight to the front, and it was all over bar the shouting. Race 4 from Wenty Park has been run and won. Here's a full replay.
And racing, Shanghai Susie came out like a startled gazelle. Leads them for fun in the first corner. I'm loving it in the second spot, brushing with Nangarachi, followed by Mr. Yellowstone. Molly on Fire is back to last of all as they whip their way down the back. And Shanghai Susie out by and 3 on Nangarachi. He's trimming back the margin. Then Molly on Fire, followed by I'm Loving It. Fascinate Millers. They turn though. In front, Shanghai Susie. Group 2 Richmond Oaks winner is going to win again. It's all Shanghai Susie beats Nangarachi. They gap the rest. I'm Loving It, followed by Mr. Yellowstone and Molly on Fire. Back towards the tail, Fascinate Mill. The time 29.5.
And a great time in that from Shanghai Susie. She continues on her merry way. A wonderful performance. I've just got a message, Battler, and this is probably directed at you as well. Jared, tell Battler I could kiss him. So that's...
Is it female or male?
That's a male friend, but not there's anything wrong with that, in the words of Jerry Seinfeld. Well done, mate. You are on fire. Are you pretty happy with yourself so far tonight?
Yeah, it's. I'm still shocked they went up $10 and $12 at Greyhound, but anyway, it's good to see the punters got on and it trimmed right down. And I'll tell you what, Jared, your bookies would be in all sorts of bother tonight.
Certainly, if the punters are sitting here watching our broadcast here and your tips, Tim, come well.
Yeah, I'm just not talking my tips, but there's been a lot of well-tried runners who have got the money.
Absolutely, yeah. Good, great night for the Ladbrokes bumpers, that is for sure.
I'll tell you who else is having a great night. Our man Mick Cowley is out there. Apparently we've had to pull him away from the bucking bull to get him back on the track to do some talking with our winner of that last race. It looks like it's going to be Harry Evans, who's with... Carrie Edwards, I should say, who's going to be with Mick Cowley.
It is indeed, Simon. Carrie, congratulations. That's a fantastic performance by that dog.
Yeah, it's he's going from strength to strength. It's my first go at training and I've had a lot of help along the way. I'd like to thank Tony Forbes for helping. Also my dad, because we've got halves in a dog. Dad bred the dog and he's trusted me in doing it. So it's, yeah, big thanks to Dad and for everyone involved.
Nice dog to get as a first dog.
Yeah, well, he had a few issues at the start, a few injuries and everything, and yeah, but now since he's came back from his spell, he's just went from strength to strength, so yeah, we're really happy with him.
That first run at the track here last week, you expected to improve a bit, but improved 5, 6, 7 lengths.
Yeah, well, he done the same at Gunnedah on his second run on the track as well, so he improved nearly as much as that. So yeah, each time, it's the first time he'd seen the track, so yeah, just getting better and better each time.
Key was obviously the start. Once he pinged and got on the bunny, that was it.
Yeah, he doesn't miss the start very often. He's always a quick beginner, so that's where it all helps.
Right, and just on the name, the story behind the name or not?
Well, my husband used to have a joke with one of his friends, and when he'd buy something that, he was only using his ashtray change, so we thought, well, we'll call the dog Ashtray Change, and hopefully, we win a few dollars on him.
Yeah, you've certainly won a few. Too much to put in an ashtray. Congratulations. Well done, Carrie.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
much. Everyone.
Wonderful job there, Carrie Edwards with Ashtray Change. The subject of big market support, and Battler tipped it as well. So if you're following along at home, pretty good strike rate tonight from the man to my left. And we even let our boy Jared Timms in on the last action at Wenty Park, and he tipped Shanghai Susie as well. So everyone's having a good time in here tonight. Of course, we're heading towards the Ladbrokes Country Classic. It's the next race up at Dubbo tonight. We've got a race at Wenty just a couple minutes before it, but 8:52 p.m, $125,000 is going to go to one of these greyhounds. Jared, can you give us the latest in the market with Ladbrokes?
Well, Nangar Rocket is back into sole favouritism here, just rock solid at this $3.10 quote in the Ladbrokes market. Palawa King, $3.10 to $3.20 since the last time we caught up. Big Thunder, the steady stream of support has continued. Still our market mover, 8s into $5.50. Aglan Luai, rock solid, $6, $6.50 Bella Una. Aston Costello, $9, $34 might have been. And then finally, the number 6, Rebel Ethics, is a $91 chance.
There you go, an intriguing market for the third ever edition of the Ladbrokes Country Classic. Minnie Finn has might have been jumping from box 7. She won the race and danced down the straight after Zipping Curios took it out a couple of years ago, and Mick Cowley caught up with her earlier on tonight.
Joined by Minnie Finn. Minnie might have been in the main race, the Country Classic. Minnie, this race is special to you for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, no, for sure. I won the first one and it was a good night that night. I'll remember it for the rest of my life.
Might have been. Certainly a handy run last week. Really stuck with the winner of that heat, that semi-final. More improvement now. Had a look at the track.
Yeah, I think he can improve a bit more, but bad box. He's got to come out like he did last week, and this week, if he doesn't run off through the pen there, he might be a chance to run the place.
Bad draw, as you said, being out wide on that start, it's not going to be great.
Yeah, no, you've got to come out running. The box is pretty ordinary.
Is he? That's obviously a pretty hot litter we've spoken about before. Is he one of the pick of that litter?
Yeah, the whole litter actually go good. They've won nearly 400,000 and they've only just turned 2. So I think when they get a little bit older, once they get over the distance, they might go a bit better.
Will that be the key to him eventually, get over the 700?
Yeah, later on I think he'll run 700 for sure, like his mother.
And good luck. Hopefully another Country Classic for you. You never know, strange things happen.
No, that's it. You can't win at home sitting in the kennel, so we're here trying, and he's 100%, so it's up to him.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Minnie Finn there with Mick Cowley a little bit earlier on tonight at Dubbo. Of course, the Country Classic, it's not far away, proudly partnered by Ladbrokes. We cannot wait to see who's going to take out the third edition tonight. Battler, interesting runner might have been from a really good litter out of Poco Dorado. We've seen already a littermate win the National Futurity. Thoughts on that runner tonight?
Oh, I think he's going to struggle from the alley, although he can handle a wide draw, but gee, he's got some talented greyhounds he's up against tonight. I could only include in the wider multiples.
And where do you think his future lies, Battler? I guess the question is it the staying trip? We know the Association Cup's coming up, and Minnie said, been a long time, the Litter sister will win the Association Cup. Maybe this guy can make his presence felt.
Yeah, he'll get up to the 700 metres. Poco Dorado, his mum, she was a great stayer, and Minnie just said in that interview that he'll be better when he does get up over the half mile. So I think just keep an eye on him and follow him all the way through.
Vicky Wisner has Aston Costello going around from box 5. It's a big ask in the Ladbrokes Country Classic, but Shemaine Roberts is the caretaker trainer up there at Dubbo, and she spoke to Mick Cowley a little bit earlier on.
With Charmaine Roberts, Aston Costello in the feature race, how's the week been for you guys?
Yeah, it's been really good. He actually settled in really well when Glenn and Vicky left him with us. Done everything right, had his 2 slips up the straight, worked real nice, and yeah, he's got a bad box. That's his biggest problem.
He did improve from week to week. You expect a bit more improvement?
We do actually. Look, it's a really tough race, and drawing box 5, what do you do? But that's out of our hands. He'll do the best he can. I'm sure he'll run a good race.
And Glenn and Vicky decided not to make the trip?
Yeah, I think they got one into the launching pad, and I think Glenn just thought it was a bit too far. But yeah, that's it. They just said, could he stay? And we'll see where he goes from there.
Good luck in the morning.
Thanks heaps.
Thanks.
Charmaine Roberts there, caretaker trainer of Aston Costello. Been pretty steady in the market, open $9.50 into $9 for the Ladbrokes Country Classic. Squeeze box makes it hard, Battler.
Yeah, it does, but he's a genuine winning chance. He's got good box manners. He's got the early pace to get across, and I think he could very well be one of the early leaders with an Anglin Luai. He's had 2 runs at the track now, better for those runs. And I think he's a greyhound who can get down to around the 34.6 at Dubbo. He needs to win tonight, but yeah, had he drawn better, if he'd drawn 1, 2 or 3, I'd have him nearly on top.
There you go. Maybe a good each way play with Ladbrokes. $9 at the moment for Aston Costello. There's one other dog we haven't talked about, and I tell you what, even though he's the rank outsider for the race, Rebel Ethics is trained by Jakey White. There's no other man out at Dubbo who I'd rather have a beer with tonight, and he caught up with Mick Cowley earlier on.
Joined by Jake White, has Rebel Ethics in the main race, the Country Classic. Jake, how's the week been for you?
Yeah, we had a really good week with him. A few hit-outs up the straight. He pulled up really good last week, which has sort of been a nice change the last few weeks. He's had a few little issues, so yeah, to have him pull up sound and have a good week with him, it's been really good. Nice change.
What about yourself? Heading into a big race like this as a trainer, any nerves, sleepless nights, anything like that?
Yeah, there wasn't. I thought the nerves would be a lot worse than what they were. Sort of getting ready to leave at 11 o'clock, they started kicking in a little bit, but yeah, all week it's been really quiet and calm, so just got to keep calm for the next couple of hours and yeah, deal with it after the race.
You mentioned you've been in a few feature races before, but nothing as big as this.
Yeah, been in a few Group 2s, Group 3s. He's made a Group 2 and then a few listed races and that, but yeah, this is by far the biggest race we've been in, so very excited for that.
Box 6, obviously not ideal on this start, but you got nothing you can do about it. You've got to make the most of it.
Yeah, he's a bit of a he likes to get out to the middle of the track, so ideally it's not a bad box for him, but in this sort of race, the closer to the fence, the better, so just deal with it. He's got a bit early pace, so hopefully he can overcome the box going through the turn.
Best of luck in the main race. Hopefully we'll talk to you after the race.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Mick. Cheers.
Jakey White there with Mick Cowley, Rebel Ethics battler. Probably the most reliable beginner in the field.
Yeah, he's $91 with Ladbrokes at the moment. You nearly got to throw a little bone on him at that price. His run last week was really good. He just caught in the latter stages. He ran a bottler. He'll improve. He'll improve by that run. His opening fraction was 8.99. There's only one greyhound who went quicker, 8.94 Anglin Luai. So if he does happen to get across and lead, which is a genuine chance here because might have been won't worry him, Aston Costello should sort of head to the rails. If he does lead at $91, rolling along in front, you nearly got to throw something on.
And they jam up in behind. I tell you what, the last 50 to 100 metres, I think, is the question. I think Jake believes he's a 5.50 dog at absolute best. So maybe we're getting the whip out late if he finds the front. Gee whiz, that would be a hell of a story if Rebel Ethics was to take out the Ladbrokes Country Classic. Jared Timms is here from Ladbrokes, providing the good oil all night. Can we get a look at the latest market, my friend?
Nangar Rocket still our $3.10 favourite for the Ladbrokes Country Classic final. Palawa King, $3.20. Big Thunder is our market mover. 8's into $5.50. $6 Aglan Luai, $6.50 Bella Una. Aston Costello is a $9 chance. And then those last two Greyhounds that we just caught up with there might have been as a $34 chance. And if you want the $91 for Rebel Ethics, it's still there in the Ladbrokes market.
It goes to show what a tight race it could be. Battler, 6 of the 8 starters in single figures there. And I think talking to Shane Stiff quite a bit the last couple of weeks to get some content ahead of the Country Classic Series. He reckons wide draws from that start at Dubbo are really difficult to overcome. So Rebel Ethics might have been a Bella Uni. You don't scrub them, but it's certainly going to be difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And in a quality race like this, it is generally pretty hard to get across from those 3 wide alleys over the 600 at Dubbo. But in saying that, Rebel Ethics is just a reliable beginner and has got that good speed, so he could well and truly get across, and so could Bella Una, because she's a good beginner as well. So it's just tough in this a race of this quality to get across.
The big question for me, Battler, I guess, 600 metres is, obviously we know in between the sprint and the staying distance, who's the best 600 metre dog, pure 600 metre dog in the race, do you think?
Oh.
And is it Nangar Rocket who's the current favourite?
Probably Nangar Rocket when you're talking 600. You know, you stretch out to 650 and then Palawa King. But look, Nangar Rocket's better suited over 600 than what Palawa King is.
Okay, that's what I was after. Nangar Rocket, the tip for me in the big one tonight. Race 5 from Wenty's coming up beforehand though, 4 minutes away. Jared Timms, can you give us a quick market update for this bottler of a race?
Oh, yeah, ripper of a race, this one, Simon. Good Odds Copper was an even money favourite when our markets went up into $1.70 race night. Nangar Larry, $2.15 out to $2.60. Mortified, $6 out to 7s. And then we're down to $14 and longer for Hooked on Fame and the rest of them. Good Odds Copper, $1.70 in the Ladbrokes market.
Just under 4 minutes away from race 5 at Wenty Park. But these are live pictures from Dubbo. That's Marie Smith putting the number 8 rug on Bella Una. I dare say Jack Smith will be walking out the king. John Ryland's there with Big Thunder. Gee, that would be a hell of a story. Let's talk a little bit about your tip, Battler. Who do you like? Have you changed your mind? Does the price make it any different?
Aglan Luai for me, I think he's great value. I think he'll improve on his heat victory when he ran 34.86. He will need to. He's a front runner. He's perfectly drawn in box 2 nearer to the rail. Palawa King walks out of the boxes. He's drawn immediately on his outside, and Big Thunder does get away cleanly, but I think he's definitely got more speed than that Greyhound, so I think he leads, and he'll run a mighty, mighty race. Final 40 or 50 metres, the big worry, but I'm happy to take, $6 out to $8 about Aglan Luai.
And it'd be a massive performance for young Jay Opatea. I like Nangar Rocket, just got to get the start right. And as you said before, I think he's the best 600 metre dog in the race. I tell you what, Dubbo tonight has been a bit of a market movers track. The punters typically have got it right. We've seen some weight of money come for a lot of the winners throughout the program. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes is here. The Country Classic is 5 minutes away. Who's attracting the most support, mate?
Well, the market mover is Big Thunder. Had been locked on that $5.50 quote for about an hour or so. Now the moves are coming into $5. Palawa King has actually taken favouritism here now, Sol, $3.10. And Nangar Rocket, $3.20 out to $3.60 since the last time we caught up.
Very interesting. Palawa King, the new favourite for Ladbrokes Country Classic final night. $125,000 about to go off in just over 5 minutes' time. I tell you what, Minnie Finn winning the race a couple of years ago, one of the more memorable moments of 2022. And then John Smart with Julie and Showman Jack winning last year, both from box 1, coincidentally. So if you like the one, maybe Big Thunder, the market mover, is the way to go. They're making the walk to the boxes at Wenty Park. Battler, Good Odds Cobber there with Frankie Hurst in the 1. We've got Nangar Larry jumping in this race as well. Mortified, maybe a forgotten Greyhound out in box 8. We're going to hear these names a bit over the next month, aren't we?
We sure are. These are genuine golden Easter egg chances. Good odds cobber. He was back to his brilliant best, 29.45 at his latest run. That was a little over a couple of weeks ago. He's had a little bit of a freshen up, but he's well drawn on the inside here. Clearly the one to beat. Nangar Larry, absolutely airborne in recent times, won the Bulleye Cup a couple of runs, or 4 runs ago, and then went to the Temora and went around in the Temora Cup final at his latest run. Back to Weddy, where he's got a great record, 29.53 PB. They dominate betting, and then wider out to a Mortified. But look, on her best form, she'd probably be favourite, but she's not racing as well as what she can.
And she had a crack at the Country Classic as well. She went out to Dubbo for the semi-finals after going through the series heats at Dapto. So Good Odds Cobber, the favourite at the moment with laddies. Nangar Larry not far behind. What about a dog like Hooked on Fame, who's won 19 races and just worked its way through the grades? Yeah,
he's going really well. 29.72, winning his past couple of runs, but in much easier company. Much easier company. Now he's getting up to the big league against these greyhounds who can run 29.33. Good Odds Cobber. Larry's run 53, and Mortified, she's run 29.37. There you go. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes is here. We're all gearing towards the Ladbrokes Country Classic, only a couple of minutes away. But first, we'll take this race from Wenty Park. The market mover for race 5
is Good Odds Cobber, and at $1.70. I'll just touch on the fact that in the futures Golden Easter Egg markets, he's currently rated a $12 chance.
Well done by you. Great initiative there to go to the futures markets.
Thank you.
I like that, Jared. That's why you are our man with the plan here tonight in the studio. It looks like they're running a little bit behind time. It's always the way, isn't it, Battler? It's not like we've got a big race to get to at Dubbo tonight, but that's all right. We might stay with Wenty. Haley Moffat there just giving Nangar Larry a rub on the tummy. Frankie Hurst just working his way towards the boxes. Good Odds Cobber, of course, Gosford Gold Cup winner earlier this year. Luckless in the Bulleye Gold Cup. A dog on the rise. Always seems to have a good one, Frankie Hurst. And it looks like finally they might be moving in as our Country Classic finalists make their way to the boxes. We're going to go to Russell Veach for the call of race 5 from Wenty Park first.
Organised, Hooked on Fame, Nangar Larry and Mortified. Move up, they're just about ready. And favourites drawn in 1, Good Odds Cobber at 170. Green light is on, lure rolls, and they're set for the quaddie first leg. All the best of luck. They're racing and out well. Good Odds Cobber on the inside. He's trying to hold out Ollie Impact, and he does. He leads Good Odds Cobber. Just behind him, Hooked on Fame in the second placing, followed by Nangar Larry. He'll follow the other top 2 in the marketplace into third spot. Then came Ollie Impact, Spring Honour. Mortified's last of all, but Good Odds Cobber doing it well. He's out by 4 lengths on Hooked on Fame and Nangar Larry now as they turn. It's all Good Odds Cobber. He's well clear. He's the punter's pal. Good Odds Cobber wins by 6. Second in Nangar Larry, followed by Hooked on Fame. Ollie Impact, then came Mortified back towards the tail with Hooked on Fame. And Spring On of the time is 29.4.
Dominant performance from Good Odds Cobber, 29.49. A statement ahead of the Golden Easter Egg heats just a couple of weeks away. Look at that margin in the end to a really good one in Nangar Larry. Got some favours on the rail, but that's a hell of a performance for Good Odds Cobber. The Gosford Gold Cup champ marches on, as do we, towards the Ladbrokes Country Classic final. There's Marie Smith working her way behind the boxes. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes. Can we get a last-minute update ahead of the big one?
Palawa King, a $3.10 favourite in the Ladbrokes market. Nangar Rocket has been the late drifter, out to $3.90 now. Really good move for Aglan Luai, who is going to be the Ladbrokes market mover. $8 into $5 now. Bella Una, $6. And Big Thunder into $5.50 earlier is now a $7.50 chance in our market.
Battler, in a nutshell, give us who will win and why, and tell us the biggest danger.
Aglan Luai, the front runner for mine, will be improved by the run at the track last week over the 600. He knows the track really well. He's well drawn. He'll run an almighty, mighty sight. I've got him on top. The danger Palawa King and the roughies, best roughies, Rebel Ethics and Aston Costello.
Big Thunder just on the drift late here. Jared Timms touched on it, was into $6 earlier, now $7.50 with Ladbrokes. Palawa King holds favouritism at $3.10 as they just meander their way behind the boxes. A big race here. We know the likes of Jack Smith, Minnie Finn have been in this position before, but for someone like a John Rylands walking out there, Battler, it must be a bit of a nerve-wracking occasion.
Oh, absolutely. This is what you're in the game for these big races, and when you're there for the first time, there's no doubt the nerves, the butterflies in the tummy. So, yeah, and it would be a great story if Big Thunder could take it out.
Yeah, you're spot on. They're moving their way behind the boxes. Matty Jackson, our number one caller here in New South Wales, has made the trip out to Dubbo. He will call all the action. Palawa King going to jump favourite, $3 with Ladbrokes for the Ladbrokes Country Classic for 2024. We throw it over to Matt Jackson.
The anticipation builds on track. They're just about all locked in for the Country Classic, the world's richest middle distance race. And the green light is turned on. Lures on its way. Favourite box 3. They're set. Racing in the Country Classic. Palawa King walked out, no surprise. Ballerina shields away brilliantly from the outside, and she's 5 in front by the judge from Might Have Been. In third placing is Big Thunder, and getting up on the rails, fourth Aglan Luai. They're followed by Aston Costello, next Rebel Ethics. Palawa King, he's got a world to do. Last is Nangar Rocket. Ballerina off the back straight. She's a clear leader by 5 and Might Have Been. Palawa King, he's weaved through and he's coming now. They turn, it's Ballerina. She's a clear leader on Might Have Been and Palawa King. Ballerina in front. Ballerina's won the Country Classic and upset the kennel mate Palawa King, who rocketed into second. Might Have Been third. Aston Costello fourth. They're followed home by Aglan Luai, Big Thunder, Rebel Ethics and Nangar Rocket. It's a surprise. 34-7 the time.
It sure is a surprise. Timmy, the battler, Newbold, Bella Una, 750 with Ladbrokes. Gee whiz, that is a hell of a performance for the Jack Smith trained Bella Una. And Mick Cowley, I reckon's probably got Marie and Jack trackside down there in Dubbo. Over to you, Mick.
I do indeed. Congratulations. That kind of wasn't the way you thought it'd be, but you've just won the Country Classic.
Oh, I was confident she'd run well. She just had to get across, and there was a little bit of pushing and shoving in the inside, so she did. She's been going enormous.
Mate, that's amazing the way she speared out, though. It's just like, that was the key, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. Yep, she had to get going, and we are ecstatic for the owners. Yeah, ecstatic.
I guess that's the thing. Everyone knows the story about Michael Sheether, how he changed from dog to dog. It's just remarkable. It says a lot for ownership in this industry, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, they've had a ball. We've got a lot of syndicates going, so they're not at all as successful as that one, of course. But he's having a ball, mate. He's got 5 kids and he's bought a greyhound. I don't know how he talked his wife into it, but good on him.
It wasn't the result that you may have expected with Palawa King, but to win this race on your home track, that must be pretty special, Marie.
Oh, even to come second, it's just amazing. He's done his best, and that's all we can ask of him.
100%. This is a special race now, isn't it?
Certainly is, mate. We didn't actually think the race would suit him, and it's turned out a little bit that. But we've filled in a couple of weeks, and he's picked up a few bob. We're not complaining.
And there's a race called the 7:15, not that far away as well.
Yep, that's the one we want.
Congratulations. Go soak it up. Well done, both of you.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
There they go, Marie and Jack Smith. Let's see if they have an embrace. It looked like a little hand hole was coming there. The start was all important. Battler, wasn't it? Bella Una just speared across, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah, she came out brilliantly, didn't she? And look at the kennel mate, Palawa King. He came out very, very poorly, like he normally does, and she had a great lead with a lap to go. And you knew at this point Palawa King would have to do something out of this world to get anywhere near her. And he nearly did. His run was unbelievable at the end because she was all out at the over the final 20 or 30 metres. She wouldn't have wanted it an extra 30 because she would have been run down. But all honours to her. She made her own luck out in front and she's been too good. Mighty effort to train the Quinella. But, geez, his run was unbelievable again, Palawa King.
Yeah, wasn't it? I tell you what, Shane Stiff there is giving it the almighty heave-ho. He's the guy that said it'd be hard to get her across from box 8.
You are right. He did, but he was telling me today, he said it'll be hard to get across, but I think you'll find he was on all-in markets.
Yeah, I gotcha. I tell you what, though, Bella Una, second in the Group 1, I think it was the Peter Mossman Opal last year behind Nengar Lucy, and then went to the $1 Million Chase final. So she's been around some of these big races. There it is, around $5.90 or $6 you could have found for Bella Una. So she's been thereabouts, Battler, and now she breaks through.
Yeah, she's finally cracked a big one, and deservedly so. As Jack said, she was absolutely flying. She's been going enormous. And when she won that race at Dubbo, the heat, you knew she was going to be right in the whole series after going to the semi-final, into the final, because she really toughed it out over the 570 there at Temora. And I think that's probably, having that hard run there has helped her in the semi-final and again tonight.
Yeah, track record, of course, as you say, at Temora. It's good to see so many people down there at Dubbo, despite the conditions. Some young kids hanging over the fence. I'm sure they'll be talking about a night like this for years to come. And Marie with the bouquet of flowers there embracing. The ownership story is a great one as well. We saw a great video last year where Jack took the dog out to Mick Sheether's school, to the classroom, and the kids all had a pat and got to know the Greyhound. And that's sometimes what this sport is all about, isn't it?
Great promotion, going to a school, the young kids, and you just hope, even if just one of them get into greyhound racing after doing something like that and introducing such a wonderful animal to young kids in a school, it's what it's all about. And and another good little story coming out of this victory tonight.
And a nice run, it must be said, for the mini Finn trained runner. Might have been, ran into third, only overhauled late by Palawa King, but a nice pipe opener maybe for the Association Cup.
Yeah, for sure. I've got no doubt Minnie will have a crack at the Association Cup now and then onto the 715 with that greyhound.
Mick Cowley's trying to track down the owner, Michael Sheether, on track there tonight. I tell you who might be laughing, it's the Ladbrokes team with Bella Una getting up. Jared, of course. What price did Bella Una jump at, mate?
$7.50 we went our round with Bella Una there.
There you go. And Palawa King running into second, might have been third. And then Aston Costello, a shout out to Vicky Wisner, who hopefully is watching on down in Victoria. She was sending the dog up to Charmaine Roberts. But look, there's the family embracing trackside. Bella Una joins a pretty good list. It's only a short one, but Zipping Curios and Showman Jack. And now Bella Una becomes the third winner of this rich country classic. $125,000 to connections. And there's Shane Stiff, a stalwart of the Dubbo Greyhound Racing Club. Rob McCauley, CEO of Greyhound Racing New South Wales, proudly wearing the laddie's hat in the background. And I think that's Mick Sheether on the mic at the moment. So hopefully... Oh, good catch, Jack. That would have spoiled proceedings a little bit, wouldn't it? Who's more important, Palawa King or the young fella, Jack? I wonder. No, wonderful performance, and I'll tell you what, I didn't give her no hope, Battler, but I certainly hadn't really had her in the numbers throughout the week.
Yeah, she, as we've alluded to, just getting across from that wide alley was going to be hard, but the way she nailed the jump, she literally speared out of the boxes and she got that fresh air. And as Marie said in the interview, there was a little bit of jostling, jamming underneath, and just got around. And once she found the lead, she was always going to run a huge race. It just depended where those stronger greyhounds in the race, the likes of Palawa King landed, but she was able to sneak home.
Start number 36 for Bella Una. It's win number 10. She's had 13 minors, and that prize money takes her career earnings to over $200,000. Not a bad shake for a greyhound who's still only three, or not even three yet, Battler. 3 later on this year, so still maybe the peak of her powers to come. There's some youngsters enjoying the night out there at Dawson Park. Michael Sheether's kids in front of the winning greyhound, Bella Una. Marie on the mic again. She's had some good moments the last couple of years, hasn't she? Who could forget the 7:15 win with Miss Esme a couple of years ago, where she was picked up by a hitchhiked her way to the Gardens after the car broke down. That's how it went, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, she broke down, and she had a... I can't think of the guy's name now, that gave her a lift to the Gardens. Quite a remarkable story. But what about the last 4 or 5, 6 years Jack and Marie have had? Remarkable, with Feral Frankie, Jungle Juice, Palawa King, Bella Una. She's won a country classic, so they've had an amazing run over the past 4 or 5 years, and they deserve it because, like all greyhound trainers, they put in long hours and drive many, many miles per week, and to see them getting the rewards, you can't be jealous of people putting in the hard work and winning these big races.
And very generous with their time. Talk to Jack and Marie almost every second week. They're always happy to provide content, give us updates, give us feedback on the dogs as well.
You've absolutely nailed it there, because there are no better promoters, media-wise, than Jack and Marie. They're always happy to talk. You only have to jump on the phone and they'll do radio interviews, TV interviews, print interviews. They know what it's all about, and they know they need to promote the game, and they do whatever they can. They are fabulous that way, both Jack and Marie.
Great ambassadors of the sport as we see the start of the Ladbrokes Country Classic again. A memorable night out there at Dubbo. Bellayuna, one of the local dogs out there in the Central West, taking out this wonderful race. Of course, $125,000 into the kitty of Michael Sheether. There he is with the kids on track as well. That's the other side of Greyhound racing. Our trainers supported so well by so many of our wonderful owners. I know it's hard to quantify best trainers in the game, but Jack and Marie, where do they stand at the moment?
They're top of the tree, there's no doubt. Not only here in New South Wales, but Australia-wide, they are elite trainers. And it shows with what they've done with Palawa. The greyhounds I've just mentioned, the Feral Frankies, Jungle Juices, Palawa King, and they're not afraid to travel, go interstate, which is always good to see. Some trainers they might like staying in their home state and not target the bigger races interstate, but they've never been afraid to go and have a crack at the bigger races, whether it be in Queensland or Victoria. Always happy to do it.
They just don't lead out of the 8 from the 600 boxes at Dubbo, do they, Timmy? It's just, Nango Rocket, you can see him at the tail of the field, got squeezed up early. Big Thunder got squashed on the rail here, and Palawa King slices through. So, no, not necessarily some hard luck stories, because I don't think they would have won the race anyway, but it's a tricky start, the bend start, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just those greyhounds drawn wider out, they generally they need to nail it like she did to get across. And she did, and made every poster winner, rolling along in front.
Young
celebrations.
Young J.L. Patea first to congratulate Marie Smith. Marie trying to wrangle the kids for an interview by the looks of it. Mick Cowley working hard out there tonight, bringing us all the action and reaction from the track out there at Dubbo. We've got a couple of races to come, but it looks like Mick Cowley has finally tracked down Michael Sheether, the proud owner of Bellayuna.
I have indeed, Simon. Michael Sheether, how's that feel, mate?
And it's a bit surreal, to tell you the truth. I'm still picturing her to come around the corner there first and doing quite well. And I thought, oh my God, yeah. So 30 seconds went fast, but yeah, at the same time, I thought, stay in front. And she did remarkably well, didn't she?
Mate, it was just amazing. Great to have the whole family here, everyone enjoying the celebrations, mate.
Exactly right. We came down last weekend and just a couple of kids came up, but we had to bring the whole family today, obviously, for the big occasion, and really glad we did. So, yeah, Nan and Pop were inside as well over there as well, so, yeah, terrific.
Do you pinch yourself this whole ride, this whole experience, from picking one pup and changing your mind and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I do. As you say, we changed the pup, and obviously the other pup, not a bad dog at all either, but yeah, there was obviously something meant to be, and we ended up with this remarkable dog, and Jack and Marie have done an absolutely wonderful job with her, and yeah, just as you say, just pinching myself that we've made it to these big races, and then to win one is pretty incredible, yeah.
Michael, what was school like this week for you?
Oh, pretty regular, hey. I mean, with my kids and obviously the kids I teach, days are pretty busy, so, get up at 5:30 and sort of, you don't stop till the kids go to bed. So, yeah, wasn't too nervous in the build-up at all, and even here tonight, having the kids here has probably been great, because too busy running around after them to sort of get too nervous before the race, so yeah.
But does it mean more because it's here, this is your home track, you can bring the whole family here?
Yeah, it does. I remember coming here for the very first race, didn't Jackie, and she came out like a rocket in that first race, and yeah, she won that one, and yeah, so similar feeling, couldn't believe my luck when she came around that corner in front, like she did.
There was a lot of talk about not being able to lead from box 8, and Jack actually said last week needs an inside box and all that. The way she flew out, you must have been on top of the world and holding your breath for the next 590 metres.
That's exactly right. I mean, Jack said it, didn't he? He was interviewed last week about 10 minutes for the box draw and said she needs to draw her side. He gave her the kiss of death and she got 8. But yeah, we'd seen her start really well before, so it was, I suppose it wasn't out of the question, but it was unlikely, but she did, yeah, remarkably well.
I won't keep you anymore. The kids are getting a bit toey, but no, don't be silly. Congratulations. It's wonderful to have first-time owners in the industry that have great success. I'm sure you'll spread the word and it'll be a great week at school.
Oh, definitely. And I think the big win for me has been with Jack and Marie and meeting terrific people. And I think that's half it, isn't it? I think match yourself with good people and good things happen. So, yeah, it's been terrific. Absolutely terrific.
Congratulations, well done. Enjoy the rest of the night, and she's got plenty more to offer.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Thank you. Cheers, mate.
There is Michael Sheether, the winning owner of Belleuna, the Ladbrokes Country Classic champion. There's trainer Marie Smith, or one half of the duo Marie and Jack Smith. And one thing that stood out there for me, Batley, you can tell he's a school teacher, calm under pressure despite the kids clamouring all over him and reaching for the mic and playing with his beard. And I tell you what, if I was his class on Monday, I would expect reruns of Space Jam or something while I'm nursing a pretty sore head if I was Mick Sheether. It was a great interview, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good. And, yeah, it's a great story. This is what it is about. It's greyhound racing's about, you know, these stories and that.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Jack is such a wonderful advocate for the sport, as you said, taking the dog into the school and showing him around the place. And Marie's nice as pie. They want to start a podcast, they tell me every time I talk to them, which I'd actually listen to because they're great yarn spinners. But look at her there, Belleuna, the victorious greyhound there tonight. A wonderful story. All right, that's it. Race 8 down at Dubbo. Hard to believe we've got a couple more to go. One thing that also stood out there, he said you surround yourself with good people and good things happen. That's how I feel about you boys tonight. I feel like we're just working into our best stuff. What do we got? A few more races from Wenty, couple from Dubbo. Why don't we just take the whole European night of racing and we can do the whole thing right here on Ladbrokes or thedogs.com.au. Wherever you're watching, we welcome you and stay with us because Timmy the Battler Newbold has been on fire and found plenty of winners, so you can continue long into the night. Of course, gamble responsibly. If you're having a play, do it with the wonderful people at Ladbrokes. Race 6 on the card. Jared Timms, can you give us a market update, my friend?
Looking at another odds-on favourite here, Simon Gully Girl, $1.80. Has just been a little bit easier, $1.90 as we speak. And that's because there's been really good money for Sin Rap Flyer. Our bookies went up with $4.50 earlier in the week. She is the market mover, $3.30. Forever Spirit occupies the third line of betting, $6.50. Gully Girl, $1.90 in the Ladbrokes market.
Your traders have been a little bit generous tonight, it must be said. Battler, speed map.
Yeah, Millie's song will roll forward, as will Sin Rap Flyer. Gully Girl, very touchy at box rise. When she does hit the ground, has got good speed, but she can miss it, Gully Girl, so be very careful with her at that very skinny quote.
You just touched on Gully Girl as they make their walk to the boxes. Let's work through from dog number 2, Anguilliformes for Johnny Thomas, $5.50 out to $7. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, he's only won the 1 from 11 at Winnie Park, 5 minors, been out of the money past few, and this is no easier, so does need to improve on recent runs.
Dubbo's going to run first, we're being told, so they're heading to the boxes after the presentation cleared a little bit earlier than expected, but there they go. Dubbo heading to the boxes for race 9 on the program out there. So I think we're going to go back to Dawson Park and pick up the coverage from race 9. It's a 5th grade event over 318 metres. Jared Timms, who is the favourite at the moment?
Charlie Lola, $4.60 into $2.15 favouritism today. We did see a bit of early interest for Kelly Bonkers here. That has dried up a little though, just in the last few minutes. $4.20 out to $4.80. If you're looking for something at a big price here, Naiad Para has been spec $15 into $11. But Charlie Lola is a $2.10 favourite in the Ladbrokes market.
I like this battler, back and forth, back and forth. It's like the speed dating days when I was a little bit younger, mate, going from one place to another really quickly here. Race 9 at Dubbo. What can you tell us about Kelly Bonkers? 1 from 1 in the red.
Yeah, and ran 18.46, winning her maiden on that occasion. She's well drawn on the rails. She's got good box manners, good speed. I think she's got her getting out to a great price now. She probably opened up a little shorter than what she's entitled to, but she's at a real backable price, getting out to $5 now, Kelly Bonkers. She's my on-topper.
If we squeeze down the page, we go to the 8, Charlie Lola, current favourite, $4.60 into $2.10, big market mover during the week. What can you say about her?
Oh, Canamble maiden winner in October last year. No luck at a past 2. She's got a great chance, but she's rock bottom odds now.
We have a market mover, Jared?
It is Charlie Lola, $2.05.
All right, the red light is flashing out there at Dubbo. Matty Jackson, over to you for the call of race number 9.
And the green light is switched on now. Lures on its way. Favourite, box 8 here, Charlie Lola. $2, they're set. And they're racing now. Chills away just fairly. Charlie Lola out fast here. Charlie leads early. Charlie Lola's working out wide and getting into some trouble. Calibonkers railing through. They're followed by Arbitrary Ace. Well back in the field is Test the Limit. My Oh My, Naiad Para, Whinging Harry. They're in the straight. Calibonkers getting up on the inside. Grabbed the lead and won. Calibonkers beat Charlie. Photo finish third between Arbitrary Ace and My Oh My. They're followed behind those Naiad Para from Whinging Harry, Test the Limit and Charlie Lola towards the end. The run around 18.62.
Oh, the man to my left, the battler, has done it again. The one has got up, Kelly Bonkers. Gee, it's a shame we can't bet, Battler, because you say that through gritted teeth. Oh, mate, you've been kind to us tonight. Let's go back to Wenty Park because they are waiting patiently. Race 6. We got halfway through the form. Where do you want to point us here, Battler, as they're about to jump?
I would want to be in the corner of Sin Rap Fly at a little bit better value. I think Gully Girl is well and truly unders. She's capable, she's got a motor, but she can miss it occasionally, and I don't think box 1 at Wentworth Park is a box where you do want to miss it. So I've got to be with Sin Rap Flyer.
Where's the money going, Jared?
Sin Rap Flyer, $4.50 into $3.20.
There you go. Great minds think alike. I might as well back that as well. The 6 Sin Rap Flyer. We take it over to Russell Veach, calling all the action at Wenty Park.
Last couple being secured. Almost ready. Green light is on. They're ready for race number 6. Set. Racing out fast, Millie's Song leads them early. Oh So Classy coming across to join it, followed by Sinrap Flyer is poised to pounce. Third, and then came Gully Girl. It gets to the outside, followed by Secret M Grand, Forever Spirit, and Formies is getting a mile back out of its ground. Last of all, Sinrap Flyer took over off the back. Oh So Classy, they got into some bother, and Oh So Classy whipped around the outside, and now Gully Girl, the favourite, got well clear, ripped away, and won it by a big margin. Forever Spirit into second, followed by Formies. Then Sinrap Flyer got trouble off the back, followed by Secret M Grand. Oh So Classy got into bother, and Formies likewise, and the time 30 and 17.
Gully Girl takes that race out. Race number 6 at Wentworth Park for John Thomas and Sinrap Flyer. Gee whiz, that's what happens when you put you, me, and Big J-Bone on the back of it. Pulls up just as it looks like it's about to sail away for a win. 1, 4, 2 and 7. The time just moderate, but that looked like the one that got away for Sinrap Flyer, Battler.
Yes, indeed.
Enough said there. Race number 10 at Dubbo is the next one we are locking in. 12 races at Dubbo tonight. Of course, the Country Classic, if you're just joining us, has been run and won, taken out by Bella Una for Frank and Marie Smith. But we're going to update race 10 at Dubbo. Feral Frankie at stud. Wonderful greyhound with some wonderful progeny going around at the moment. Jared Timms, can you give us an update from Ladbrokes?
Blazing Ferrero, $1.60 out to $1.70 favouritism in the Ladbrokes market. Silky Choices has certainly had admirers tonight, $3.10 into $2.90. The market mover so far in this race is Hybrid Eve. Our bookies went up with $7 into $4.80 on race night, Simon.
There you go, race 10 from Dubbo. Great comprehensive market wrap there from Jared Timms. Hopefully Bella Una is having a good time out at Dubbo with the victorious connections and that bucking bull. We need some more pictures out the back. We want some more pictures of the bucking bull. Apparently the big guns are about to unload. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go and recharge on the other side. Plenty more action from our great coverage here on thedogs.com.au. Welcome back to our special coverage of Ladbrokes Country Classic Night. We're trying to have as much fun as we can inside the studio here. It was taken out, of course, by Bella Una for Jack and Marie Smith. And she goes on a list that joins the likes of Zipping Curios and Showman Jack, who have taken out this wonderful race in the last couple of years. We're up to race 10 on the program here tonight. We've got 12 from Dubbo. We're doing 9 races from Wenty Park as well. So we've got about an hour to go. And Timmy, the battler Newbold, who has been seeing them like beach balls, said, I've got pretty tired when I was doing the form for these races. So if you've been following him along, he's been on fire. But now's maybe the time to get yourself a little cup of tea, or maybe follow yours truly, even Jared Timms from Ladbrokes, who's been a wonderful performer for us here tonight on debut. Race number 10. J-Bone, give us a market update, please.
Blazing Ferrero is still our Ladbrokes market leader here, $1.75 when we caught up earlier, now a $1.70 favourite. Silky Choices, $2.80 even, same price as when we caught up earlier. Hybrid Eve is the one that they've been coming for just recently, $7 into $4.60, and is the Ladbrokes market mover. Blazing Ferrero, $1.70.
Beautifully done. Race 10 from Dubbo. Come on, Battler, lift. We need the punters to get some more wins here tonight. If you're going to have a bet, make sure you do it with our wonderful friends at Ladbrokes. There's the scene at Dubbo. I can tell you why it is a little bit light on for crowd outside. They've all headed indoors to the Bucking Bull, which apparently has been a big hit out there at Dubbo tonight. $1,000 going off for whoever can stay on the bull the longest, and we're not lying. There is a Bucking Bull. I'm sure we're going to show it. Oh, there we go. Yeehaw. Look at that. Some good action. Indeed, there. Some of the. What's with the thumb? Is that a thing that you've got to hold your thumb? Oh no, there it goes.
Well, that's most certainly not a thing.
There he goes. Oh, I set the over-unders at 4 seconds here. Oh. There we go. Oh, that's good. Good on them for having a go, especially with the specs. I know how dangerous that can be. To think we could have been there, Battler, but
don't get me started.
We're stuck in here in the studio with I've got a great cameraman over here, and I reckon we could jump on the back of him and ride him around. You reckon if we had to? No, is that not? He's laughing about it. I think we're having it's that time of the night. It's 9:30. Come on, let's straighten up here. Race 10. From Dubbo's coming up, but we're going to do a Wenty Park update. Of course, 2 weeks away from the Golden Easter Egg Heats, a wonderful series, Battler, and a real testament to having to work your way through heats, semis and finals. It's a tough old series, isn't it, the Egg?
Yeah, it is a tough old series, but a great series. 3-week series, only 3-week series left here in the country now as far as greyhound racing is concerned. And as we mentioned earlier, you can run third in your heat, you can run second in the semi-final, but still make it through to the big final, which is a great little element to the race for mine, that you don't have to continue to win, heat, semi-final to get through. So, yeah, really looking forward to the next 4 or 5 weeks. Plenty of greyhound racing, and then after plenty of feature greyhound racing, and then after the Egg, we've got the 7:15 at the Gardens in late April, early May. So plenty happening in the next couple of months.
Worth $500,000, of course. Jared from Ladbrokes, can you give us a market update? Race 7 at Wenty Park, my friend.
Ibrox Wildfire, a pretty popular favourite and our market mover, in fact, $2.15 into $1.95 as we speak now. Marundi Boy, $2.80 out to $3. $6 about Battleborn, $7.50 Tigalong Car, and Turbo Cash has been a drifter tonight, $11 out to $13. Ibrox Wildfire is your odds-on favourite.
There you go, race 7 from Wenty Park, just over 5 minutes away. But before we go there, we've got race 10 from Dubbo. It's the Feral Frankie at Stud race over 400 metres. Greyhounds yet to appear in the parade ring, so we'll wait for them to pop out there ahead of race number 10 at Dubbo. Of course, 12 races tonight, so stick with us for about an hour to go. An hour of power for the boys here in the studio. Mick Cowley doing a wonderful job trackside out there at Dubbo, having the time of his life as well. I'm sure, just did a wonderful interview with the connections of Bella Una, who took out the Ladbrokes Country Classic, if you're just tuning in now. So 3 minutes away from Dubbo. Let's work our way through this race 10 field. Battler, we'll start with Hybrid E from box 1. 5 starts for 0 wins.
Yeah, good effort. Went third here at Dubbo on Monday. Has got the early speed to take advantage of box number 1. Good record at the track and trip, been in the money 13 of 19, PB of 22.84. She'll be in this race for a long, long way.
Silky Choices is in box 2 for Graham Smith. Loves the track and trip.
Yeah, spot on, 50% winning strike rate. Over the 400 metres here at Dubbo, 22.73 PB. Another one who's got great box manners, good speed. She'll be punching for the lead through that first turn.
Tom Keeping raced in an earlier race on the card tonight, so it goes out. The 4 Nangar Blue, 4.5 years old. Don't see him race around at this age too often, do we, Butler?
Yeah, bobs up every now and then, hard to have. You could only include him if you're playing wider multiples.
The 5, Watch the Speed, looks tested from the tough draw.
Yeah, agree. It's been consistent in recent weeks, finishing in the minor money, but from that alley, prefer to see.
The 6, Packington Street, currently $51 with Ladbrokes, doesn't win out of turn.
Yeah, 4 from 28, 2 from 12 around here. Another tricky draw, can't see him getting across.
What about Swift Montana, $18 with Laddies at the moment, hasn't won so far this year. All 9 runs this year have come at Dubbo though.
Yeah, they have. Look, it's been going okay. Solid effort 2 runs ago when runner-up in 23.14 around here, but I think finds a tougher race tonight.
And we mentioned it's Feral Frankie at stud, 4th, 5th grade race, so mixed graded graded greyhounds, I should say. Blazing Ferrero, the only 4th grade dog in the race, looks tough to beat.
Yeah, clearly the one to beat. I've got to say, had him on top clearly. Opening price $1.55, $1.60 thereabouts. Couldn't back him with counterfeit money. Now he's getting out to $2.60. Just check, can we get the camera on? He's got 4 legs. Because, yeah, he's at a backable price now. Clearly the one to beat. If he just gets away cleanly and gets a clear run, which he should out there, I think he'll be getting the money.
Looking up and about as well, going out on the track with, I think, Paul Braddon there, the tall timber, leading out Blazing Ferrero ahead of race 10 at Dubbo. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes. Market mover, please.
Market mover is Hybrid Eve. I tell you what, though, Butler, if you like the $2.60 about Blazing Ferrero, you'll love the $2.70 that he's up at now at Ladbrokes.
Bizarre drift.
There you go, Battler. For those who are just tuning in, Battler striking, I reckon, over 80% so far tonight, both at Dubbo and Wenty Park. But we are in the deep water here, race 10, 11 and 12, where the form experts can just tail off potentially just a little bit. But Blazing Ferrero on the drift continually, 280 still, with Ladbrokes there, opened $1.60 out to 280. Can we just get confirmation here, Jared? The big firmer, is it Silky Choices still?
Silky Choices has definitely had admirers, $2.70 into $2.45, but Hybrid Eve is going to be the market mover, $7 into $4.
There you go. So 1, 2 and 8. That's who the punters are following in at Dubbo. Just looks like there's a bit of a delay there as they make the walk to the boxes at Wenty Park. We're going to stick with Dubbo, I believe, but Wenty Park coming up. Race 7, Murrundi Boy. For my old mate Sammy Reese, he was a Muswellbrook Cup finalist. I think it's its first start in Masters grade tonight, and I reckon it's well placed, Murrundi Boy. Battler, do you have a thought on Wenty before Dubbo? I'll come back to you on that as they look like they are going into the boxes at Dubbo. The red light switched on. There we go. The Mr. Whippy van goes past in the background. Matt Jackson is our caller out there in the Central West. We throw it over to him for the running of race number 10.
$4. So the odds have moved up, evens are following. Race number 10 tonight. And the green light is switched on now. Lures on its way. 230 Silky Choices, 260 Blazing Ferrero. They're ready and they're racing. Hybrid Eve bounced well down on the inside. Will lead at the first turn on Packington Street. Silky Choices has railed up third. 4th Swift Montana from Nangar Blue. Blazing Ferrero well back but going right around them. Watch the speed at the rear to the home corner. Hybrid Eve led it by a length. Packington Street. Silky Choices is running on strongly. Silky Choices after Hybrid Eve. Hybrid Eve's kicked and won and beaten Silky Choices and Packington Street. Nangar Blue rattled out wide. Close up Blazing Ferrero. They're followed in by Swift Montana and watch the speed. The time around 23 and 1.
Yeah, the one's going to get it, I believe, as we watch the photo coming now. The one's got it. Hybrid Eve, the money was right. 23.13 the time there at Dubbo. 1 from 6. And we'll wait for the final numbers there. The semaphore board out at Dubbo. Wenty Park about to get underway as well. I think we'll go back to that coverage as soon as we can get our pictures from Wenty. Here we go. Battler, do you have a banker for us in the 7th at Wenty?
Yeah, no value here though. Ibrox Wildfire, the on topper. She's the class runner. She's better for recent runs, or one recent run back from a lengthy break, and that was a Gosford over the 388. She's getting back up to the 520 here at Wenty, where she's got a tremendous record. She's been in the money in 26 of her 31 runs at Wentworth Park. She's won 10 times at the track, 29.55 PB. She's clearly the one to beat, but she is at a rock bottom price, I've got to say that.
Over $100,000 in prize money, and I dare say at a dog heading towards the Masters Media, all things going well in a couple of months' time. So they're moving behind the boxes here. Race 7 at Wenty Park. Jared Timms from Ladbrokes. Do we have a market mover?
Certainly do. It's Ibrox Wildfire, $2.15 into $1.80 now. Simon, you had your eye on Murrurundi Boy. Here's a $3.60 chance.
Give him strength for Sammy Reese down there in the one box. We throw it over to Russ Veach. He's calling all the action from Wenty Park tonight.
Murrurundi Boy has got some good pays for Sam Rees. He's drawn on the inside at $3.50 as they're just about set. Double threat moves up for Michael Dunphy. And they're right to go. Green light is on. Provocateurs up to the boxes for the quaddy third leg. 101 to be afloat. They're set. Racing fast away, Murrurundi Boy out fast. Ibrox Wildfire quickly out after it, followed by Tigalong Car. Battleborn getting up on the inside. Then came Turbo Cash, followed by Al Betty. Back to last, Ziggy Stardust off the back. Murrurundi Boy's the leader. Out a couple clear on Ibrox Wildfire, trying to bridge back the margin. Then came Battleborn and Al Betty. Murrurundi Boy doing it well in front. He's showing plenty of speed. Tigalong Car late, but Murrurundi Boy beat Tigalong Car. Ibrox Wildfire ran out of puff. Then Battleborn, Al Betty further back to Turbo Cash. And then came Double Threat and Ziggy Stardust. The time 29.6.
Yeah, congratulations to Sam Rees and connections there of Murrurundi Boy winning in good style at Wenty Park. It looks like the 7, Tigalong Car, running into second. A shout out to Kevin Keys. And then the 3, Ibrox Wildfire for Billy Dance. There you go, 1.73 and 2. The time pretty good as well. Battler 29.7 for a dog who ran in the Musselbrook Cup final behind both Leg Speed and Richard Deborah, who's a half sister to Richard Donner.
Yeah, previous PB 30 and 12, so has improved 4 tenths on his previous PB. And yeah, once he bounded straight to the front. He really had it in his keeping. As you just mentioned, he's been to Musselbrook in the Musselbrook Cup over 571 metres, so he's got plenty of strength, and they weren't going to run him down when he found the top.
No, wonderful effort there, and big cheerio to the team up there at Karua, where Sam Rees is based. 29.71, great time for a Masters dog, as we said, stepping up to the Masters division for the first time. Love our camera angles these days. Battler, we can see a couple of wide runners pushing off the track there, no more so than Winlock Jimmy in the 2, created a bit of confusion there for everyone, but Murrurundi Boy, once he got out in front, really hard to stop.
Yeah, as you said, he was well boxed. He does get off the track a little bit himself, but where the other greyhounds were drawn and they wanted to get wide, he just had all that room to just go a little bit to the right. Even down the home running is 4 or 5 greyhounds off the inside. So he's not a natural box one bandit by any stretch of the imagination, but he got what he needed in that race, the way they'll draw him.
We're going to go back to Dubbo because Mick Cowley caught up with the winner of race number 10. It was Hybrid Eve for Peter Pickering, and Pete joins Mick.
Peter Pickering, congratulations, winning a race on a big night like this. That's something special.
Yeah, very special, yeah.
She, box 1 obviously was a big key for that. You're able to hold the rail.
Yeah, she usually don't like the 1. She'd rather be out the 8. But tonight she just jumped and went, yeah.
She's got some great form around here. She obviously loves this track.
Yeah, no, she does. I work all week, so it's basically the only track I come to, so, yeah. But
how many dogs you got in the kennel?
Only 2. Yeah, just the 2. Yeah.
Right. Nothing wrong with that there.
Nothing wrong with that, no, she's my better one, so... Yeah.
Mate, just more of the same, keep coming back here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We went to the Gardens a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. She won over there, so, yeah, like it's just a matter of when I get time to go somewhere, I'll take her somewhere else.
Why not? Mate, wherever she wins, it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, no, it don't. Win's a win.
Congratulations. Well done, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
There he goes, Pete Pickering with Hybrid Eve taking out race 10 at Dubbo. There's the divvies if you're playing at home. Of course, market mover before the race as well, Hybrid Eve. So you can see the price there for 80. Silky Choices, half a head, I think, in the end. Ran second. Packington Street at a big price, but no third divvy. And Nangar Blue ran home into fourth. So that's race 10 from Dubbo, Wenty Park and Dubbo on our card tonight here at thedogs.com.au. Or if you're watching on the Ladbrokes app, we say a big hello to you. What is it, 9:37? So now we're starting to get into the party hours of the evening. I can see Timmy Newbold just itching to get out of here and head to the dance floors tonight of... No. Timsy, J-Bone?
I'm old now. I'm old.
When you say now, when did that begin?
Only the last couple of years.
Okay. Race number 11. That's where we're up to at Dubbo. So 2 to go on our program tonight. I think we've got 2 from Wenty, 2 from Dubbo. We're going to get a market update from our great mate over there on the end, Jared Timms from Ladbrokes.
Flaming Astrid, a very popular favourite here. I can see on the Ladbrokes bet ticker that we took a $500 bet at $1.80 on this chaser, into $1.65 now. Silver's Fury is a $4.50 chance. $9 each about Winlock Jimmy and Wishbone. And the early market mover for Ladbrokes here is Radley Erskine, $17 into $11. Flaming Astrid, a very popular $1.60 favourite.
Battler, can you talk us through the speed map, race 11?
Yeah, Wishbone will be charging over looking for the early lead. He's got a good turn of speed. Flaming Astrid, the favourite, won't be too far away. He'll drive up. And Winlock Jimmy, he's got a turn of speed and he's probably the best roughie in the race for mine, number 2, Winlock Jimmy.
Let's see who the dogs are backing tonight. This tip's coming from every angle out at Dubbo and Wenty Park. I reckon they're going to be going with the one in Flaming Astrid. I'll probably be proven wrong in just a moment when they pop up. But the dogs, or the hound, I should say, tipping the 1, 3, 7 and 8. So Flaming Astrid, the short priced favourite there with Ladbrokes. The 3, Silver's Fury, of course, Wishbone and Cash Grab. Looks like Tyler Ginn getting around out there at Dubbo tonight. Looks like the rain's finally eased, which is great. Oh, and look at that. Timmy Newbold. That has your name written all over it. Shoes off. Pants rolled up.
Yeah.
Wind in your hair. My bull rider, here we go. This is what we all wanted to see. Hang on, this could be a $1,000 winner here. $1,000 for whoever lasted the longest on the ball. I've got 10 seconds or more. Look at this man go. The bucket hat. Yeah, you like that, Timsy? Good shoulder action. Whoa, look at that. Got a bit of the Paul McCartney's about him there, the shimmy shake that he's got going on.
He's been clearly the best from what we've seen.
I wonder if... so I did a story earlier in the week for thedogs.com.au and Minnie Finn and Jack Smith were trading barbs about who would last the longest. Now that their racing commitments are done, what do you reckon the odds of them getting on that bull are?
Oh, hang on.
Speaking of big bulls, here he is. He's got the feet on the antlers. The antlers? What are they, the horns? Oh, it's run out of batteries, or I can't take the big man. One of the two. We need a new bull out there at Dubbo. Deary me, I'm not sure. The bull should be riding stiffy, I reckon. It's the same motion he does when he backs a winner over the line. Arm in the air, like you just don't care. Back to the parade ring. Not quite as entertaining, but... Oh, look out. Here's Jack Smith, the winner of the Ladbrokes Country. He tried to give it a heel up to get it moving. I'm going to let the pitchers do the talking here. Hopefully some ambient sound as well.
I was going to say it's broken down after.
He used to be a jockey.
Yeah. Can't have been a real good jockey.
Oh, here's Minnie Finn. Oh, look at she's giving the double forks to Jack Smith. No love lost between these pair. Repair your divots, Jack. He's pulled the horn off it. He's going to... Oh, isn't he a gentleman? He's going to heel Minnie up. I reckon Minnie has been on a ball before. I reckon this could be special. Here we go. crowd favourite, I reckon, out there, Mini Finn. Oh, whoa.
Oh, what an anticlimax.
That was
Jeez.
something. It was like he became spineless for a moment there. It was like a jellyfish flopping off the back of that. Who won there, Jack or Mini? Who lasted?
Photo, maybe Jack marginally, but the photo finish. Out of the judge.
Minnie probably owes someone else a photo. She's had a few of them in her time, I reckon. Anyway, we digress. Race 11 from Dubbo. The bucking bull, that's a pretty good thing to have trackside, don't you reckon?
It's been no doubt a crowd puller. There's a good crowd there tonight. I know they're advertising it heavily throughout the town. So, yeah, it's good you've got something extra happening, you know, at the race meeting. A bit of entertainment between races.
I think it's going to be hard to top on Golden Easter Egg night as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They're really going to have to dig deep for something there.
A month away, start putting your thinking caps on, Ladbroke's team, and probably Liv from our team, GRNSW, come up with something better than that. We had the pie eating contest at the Gardens, remember?
Oh, that's going to make a return too.
Pirate.
It's coming back.
Oh, mate, I've never seen such
Friday,
slop.
May 3rd, the Gardens.
Are we doing a Calcutta, by the way? Is there any plans for that?
We will have confirmation early next week, yes.
Right.
Yes, but it is looking like it'll be up and running, but we will get news out next week.
Okay, hopefully we find a nice venue for that as well. Hey, race 11, we've got to work our way through the runners. It's a 4th, 5th grade contest over the shorts out there at Dubbo. Flaming Astrid, Timmy, first dog out, pretty good toe and drawn to lead.
Yeah, skinny favourite, deservedly so too. Brilliant beginner. Oh, I wouldn't say brilliant beginner. Can be a bit touchy, but began brilliantly on Monday. Lid pinged, or not Monday, last Saturday night, I should say. Lid pinged straight to the top. Blue rolls away, 18.26. Perfectly drawn on the rails and clearly the one to beat.
The 2, Winlock Jimmy, hasn't won since November last year. I reckon might find this tough.
Yes, he's a little roughy here. He found trouble shortly after box rise at his latest run, so put a line through that. On his best form, he could be very, very competitive here. Good record track and trip, has a PB of 18.31. Best roughie in the race for mine.
Silver's Fury steps back from 400 to 3.18 for Team Braddon.
Yeah, doesn't win out a turn, hard to have.
Vacant box, that's the 5, sorry, the 4, Swift Dennis, another with a pretty moderate strike rate.
Yeah, has won only 3 from 21 around here. 18.42 PB, would need to improve on that.
I'm going to throw to my man Jared Timms here. What did Radley Erskine open up at this week, my man?
We went up with $17 for Radley Erskine earlier this week.
And now we're getting $8 according to my app. So a big move for Radley Erskine. Battler, what can you tell us about that Greyhound?
Yeah, handy record of the track and trip. Reliable beginner, has got a turn of speed, probably went up overs, now getting down to probably what he should have been. Yeah, little roughy.
Wishbone in box 7. This is his 4th box 7 start in his last 5 runs.
One of the likely leaders, reliable beginner, good burn, good overall record of the track, but has only won 1 of 12, which is a bit of a worry.
On camera at the moment, barking away there as the lure goes past, I reckon. And Cash Grab, 5 from 52, so pretty low strike rate, but has run a bunch of placings.
Yeah, you could throw him into the wider multiples. He was okay behind the favourite last week. Yeah, throw him into the tries and the first 4s.
Race 11 at Dubbo. Do we have a market mover, Jared?
Market mover is the favourite, Simon. Flaming Astrid, $1.65 into $1.45 now.
Yikes, there you go, $1.45. We've had a couple of shorties early in the program, but we haven't seen too many at this quote for a little while. Battler, race 11 from Dubbo tonight. They're still making their walk to the boxes. There's Paul Braddon, of course, so much success out there in the Central West. We might as well take the opportunity. We know Dubbo, probably one of our more isolated tracks out there, but Lithgow coming back online in the next year or so, that's going to take a big bit of the onus of travelling off some of those participants, isn't it, Timmy?
Yeah, Lithgow is scheduled to return maybe September, October this year. So when it does come back online, elevated to tab status. When it does come back, it's always been a non-tab venue, but we'll go to tab, and we'll fill that void of where, you know, with the closure of Bathurst last year, we'll fill that void, which, you know, for Central West participants not having to travel all the way to Dubbo, so it'll be well received when it does get back online.
Yeah, you're spot on there. Of course, losing Bathurst, late?
Yeah.
22 or
it was late. Yeah,
late 22 in the flooding out there. So looking forward to Lithgow getting up and going. And Taree, while we're on tracks, must be getting close to completion as well.
Yeah, I think the latest update, we're looking at late April, early May, thereabouts. So exciting times for those on the mid-north coast, with Taree coming back after a big redevelopment, and I'm sure everyone up there is just counting down the days until Taree returns.
3 clubs obviously joining as one, Warhope, Kempsey and Taree, becoming the Taree Greyhound Club. So some of the machinations to come out of that, we'll wait and see. But
just correction, Mid-North Coast Racing Club.
Oh,
now the 3 clubs all are merging, so it won't be just Tate, it'll be at Taree, but the Mid-North Coast Race Club, and Kempsey and Warhope will be trial venues for those up in that area.
No, they'll kill me for calling it the Taree Race Club up there. So I take that back if they're listening. Red light is on. Race 11 at Dubbo. It's been a big night. I've only got a couple more races to go. I'll throw it over to Matt Jackson for the call.
Race number 11, last of them placed in. Green light is switched on. Lures on its way. Favourite box 1 here, Flaming Astrid. Set to jump, ready. Racing now. Flaming Astrid away cleanly off the inside. Wishbone showing plenty of speed. Up into third, Radley Erskine. Cash Grab wider. They're followed then by, back behind them, Swift Dennis from Winlock Jimmy and Silver's Fury. At the home turn, Flaming Astrid, courtesy of the inside, went through to a clear lead. And she's too good late, Flaming Astrid. Scored by 2.5. Second, Radley Erskine. Third, Wishbone. Fourth, I think getting home at the end, maybe Cash Grab from Swift Dennis, then Winlock Jimmy and Silver's Fury. The run around 18.4.
There we go. Chalk it up. Another win for Flaming Astrid and the Braddon team out there at Dubbo. The punters rejoice. It's been a pretty good night for the punters, I reckon. We haven't seen too many rough results so far. Flaming Astrid, the 1, taking that out ahead of the 6 in Radley Erskine. And then it looks like Wishbone getting into the frame for third. The time, 18:39. Race 11 from Dubbo in the books. We move ahead to race 8 from Wenty Park. It's over the staying trip, 720 metres. Good to see a race like this. They've been dominated by Greg Hoare and his team around the state over the past, I reckon, couple of months in particular, and it's no different here tonight. He's got 5 runners in this 8-dog field. Laddies are going to have, I reckon, Sinrap Explode as the favourite. Jared Timms, tell us more.
Absolutely piled into Sinrap Explode. In fact, $1.45 into $1.35 now. Monster Mel occupies the second line, but is a drifter. $4.80 out to $5.50. What can do? $8 square all night, I beg your pardon, and Aussie Brad has gone $8.50 out to $12. Sinrap Explode, very, very, very popular.
Battler, speed map not as integral in these races, but still play a part.
Yeah, the favourite should just roll straight to the top here. Not a great deal of pace in 1 or 2. And then coming across out wide, Aussie Brad, he's got a good turn of speed. And Monster Milk, she can show good early burn as well. But the favourite should lead.
I reckon the dogs are going to be with the favourite as well. Sinrap Explode, $1.35, very, very short at the moment, as Jared alluded to. $1.45 open, $1.35 favourite. Aussie Brad won a good race at Richmond on Derby and Oaks night, I believe, and a pretty good interview on that occasion from Mark Bell as well, Gentle Gemma, and then the 8, Cassie Cool. Let's work our way through the runners. Battler, what can do for Craig Benjamin?
Yeah, been in the money in 2 or 4 runs at the track and trip. Has been solid in recent times, finishing behind Sinrap Explode. From the inside alley, should settle midfield, can sneak into the minor money.
Gentle Gemma, the first of Greg Hoare's team, and she's in rare winning form.
Yeah, last up winner at Temora over the 732, but has been to Wentworth Park 4 times at the track and trip and duck eggs all round.
Sinrap Explodes, Race to Lose.
Yes, she's really come of age in recent weeks. She's put it all together, and more since she really got up over a longer journey where she's really excelled. She's a progressive stayer. She's shooting for the hat trick at Wenny. She ran 42.20, then 42.21. She's led all of the way on each occasion. She's got moderate beginners underneath her, which should ensure she carves straight across, goes to the top, and she'll be hard to run down.
Hannah Hawk and Golden Girl both at big odds, and littermates out of Feral Frankie. What can you say about them?
Yeah, they both need to improve.
The 6 Monster Mel, probably the best of Greg Hoare's chances. 440 out to 550 with Ladbrokes. Is it fair to say that she's the best of the Hoare foursome?
Yes, she's been really good winning on the provincial circuit over the 600 metres at Dubbo, and then Nowra finished 4th behind Gentle Gemma at Temora last time out. Comes back to Wentworth Park, which is a tick, where she's won 2 out of 6. She has run 42.29. Yeah, she's one of the main dangers to the fave.
Box 7, Aussie Brad. We talked about that good win too, but then comes out and runs second to Gentle Gemma. What do you make of that?
Yeah, only narrowly beaten on that occasion. 1 for 1 track and trip. 43.35 PB, needs to improve on that.
And Cassie Cool has to navigate the wide draw.
Yeah, poor winning strike rate, has run a number of minor placings, could only throw her into the exotics.
All right, Jared Timms from Ladbrokes. Market mover, can it be Sinrap Explode considering the short price?
No, it's just ticked over to what can do, actually. Just a late nudge for this chaser here, $8 into $6.50.
There we go. Battler's Banker, what are you going to go with here, mate?
Oh, I can't go. I don't want to take $1.35, but I've got to be with the favourite.
You can find us a bit of a value. What about a same race sort of play, or maybe a Quinella, some exotic stuff? Do you like what can do, market mover?
Yeah, Sinrap Explode to win, and 8 Cassie Cool to run in the top 3.
All right, I'm just doing that up. That is
$4.55 in the Ladbrokes market.
That's why we have you here, see? That's why you're here, for that sort of quick mathematics. $4.55. Sinrap Explode to win, Cassie Cool to run top 3. That might as well be Battler's Banker, because you can't be taking $1.45 about the favourite. But it's all thanks to Ladbrokes, who have been partnering us all night long. If you're just joining us, the Country Classic has been run and won by Bella Una, a magnificent victory led all the way from box 8. But we're race 8 at Wenty Park on a 10-race card. Russell Veach doing a tremendous job. We'll throw it back over to him for the calling of race number 8.
White rug, it's being placed away now with What Can Do, Golden Girl and Aussie Brad. Second line, Gentle Gemma, Hannah Hawk, Monster Mill and Cassie Cool on the outside. So the 7:20 start. The stayers are about to be released for the 8th race here tonight at Wentworth Park. The green light is on. There's the wave from our starter and the lure up to the boxes. Favourite drawn in 3. They're set, ready. It flies and Explode began nicely in the middle. What Can Do was fast out, and Aussie Brad's trapped a little bit wide early, but coming to the first corner now, and it's going to be What Can Do leading out by 4. On Aussie Brad to second, then Monster Mill. Sinrap Explode's getting a long way back now, just drifting off the course. And then came Golden Girl, further back to Hannah Hawk, and then Gentle Gemma and Cassie Cool. It's What Can Do out by 3. Aussie Brad into second, then came Monster Mill as they come off the back. Still the leader kicking, What Can Do, a couple clear. Coming to the corner, Aussie Brad's running on stoutly. He struck the front on the home corner, Aussie Brad, but he's just wobbling around. He's in front and he won. Aussie Brad beat What Can Do. Golden Girl has got into 3rd, and then came Gentle Gemma. Sinrap Explode lost her spot mid-race. Then came Cassie Cool, Hannah Hawk. Back towards the tail, the time is 42.4.
Aussie Brad bounces back into the winner's circle. A wonderful win there at Wenty Park tonight. I guess looking forward, Battler, we're waiting to see exactly what the time was, 42.4. Interesting. Do you push on? I guess not a lot of stayers running around in New South Wales at the moment. We don't know what the Association Cup will look like heats-wise. You probably have to go down that route, do you, based off the Richmond win and now this?
Oh, for sure and certain. You've got to have a crack. You might as well. It's a Group 1, 100 of the winner, in form. You'll meet all the best stays in the country, but you might as well have a crack. I would be anyway.
For sure. Sinrap Explode, disappointing, never really got into the race.
Yeah, it didn't begin as well as what it can, and just couldn't get across. And when she didn't lead, she was in a world of pain. She's a front-running stayer, and you know, when these stayers don't lead, you know, it's very, very hard to, you know, when you're not overly strong, you've basically you've got to lead, and she didn't. She was really out of play. As a winning chance from that point on, and I don't know what happened there at the start. She sort of drifted a bit wide, and whether she got an ankle tap, I'm not sure. She got crowded. But yeah, she was out of play from that point on. She couldn't win from here.
Yeah, straight across from box 3 to the wide run, and then just clipped off the heels, as you said, around the top turn. And I'll tell you what, here, I thought the market mover was going to scoot away with it, but pretty good performance from the eventual winner in Aussie Brad. And we mentioned Mark Bell having that interview at Richmond a couple of weeks ago, told some good yarns out there at Richmond as well. But here you go, Aussie Brad just powering over the top, and Sinrap Explode running into a drum for the team at the short price. So Ladbrokes maybe get a few back there. They've had, I'm not going to say a miserable night, but you've been tearing them apart up until the last half an hour. Timmy, what's happened?
Yeah, I can't imagine it'd be a winning night from Ladbrokes, because there's been a few well-tried runners at Dubbo, that's for sure.
There you go. All right, back to Dubbo. On that thought, Mick Cowley caught up with Paul Braddon, who took out race 11 with Flaming Astrid.
Paul Braddon, congratulations, another winner on the night.
Yeah, another one box. They're good in one box.
I was going to say that was one of the keys there, able to hold the fence. And
Yes. She drifted off a bit down the back, but they kept her in and she was right then.
Mate, out of Flaming Fury, I remember she was a good bitch for you as well.
Yes, she was. Yeah, she was Greyhound of the Year here 3 years ago or something. Yeah, she won a lot of races for me. She was good.
Mate, this girl, where do you think, is she kind of just going to go through the classes here? Is that the plan?
That's probably it, yeah, just go through the classes here. Might put her up to 400 maybe and just see. Yes, see if there's any future there.
Mate, I'll let you go and get a drink with her.
Right, thank you.
Thanks, mate, congratulations.
Paul Braddon there with Mick Cowley doing some tremendous work out there at Dubbo. He is our man on the ground tonight, and it looks like the weather has finally moved on out there. Some soggy conditions as well. Flaming Astrid took out race 11 on the card at Dubbo. 12 races out there tonight in the Central West. Another shorty gets up from the red draw as well, as Paul Braddon said there. So congratulations to Paul, Pam and connections of Flaming Astrid. All right, race 12 on the card at Dubbo. We're going to take a quick look, and Jared Timms from Ladbrokes is here. He's been here all night. He's been doing some wonderful stuff. He's going to give us a quick update for race 12.
Pretty open race, this one, Simon. Run Fast Maximus is a $2.90 favourite, but there's been at least a sprinkling of interest for nearly every single one of them here. Armatree, $30, $4.80, $5 about his keen. Bogan Valley is a $5 chance as well. Speed Strike is your Ladbrokes market mover, $9 into $5.50. And then Manila Move, the only other one engaged, a $7.50 chance.
Love your work, Jared. Well done to you. Race 12 coming up in 12 minutes' time. The Battler has been seeing them really well tonight. The last half an hour, though, just starting to fatigue. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to power him up. I'm going to bring you two winners on the other side. We'll talk to you soon. Welcome back to our special coverage of Ladbrokes Country Classic Night out there at Dubbo. The big race has been run and won. Bella Una taking it out for Jack and Marie Smith. It was race 8 on the program and she just flew out of the boxes, like Russell Veach would say, like a startled gazelle. She led from start to finish and it was a memorable victory for Bella Una. Takes her career earnings over $200,000. What a wonderful greyhound she's been, and connections were on track, family there to accept the Michael Sheether to accept the trophy with his 4 young kids as well, and wife on the track. Some great scenes from out there. We also saw Jack Smith and Minnie Finn go head-to-head on the Bucking Bull. Yes, that's true. I'm not making that up. The Bucking Bull ride at Dubbo was one of the highlights of the night, and a lot of the punters have been having a great time there as well. So a big night. We thank you for joining us on the dogs.com.au or Ladbrokes if you've been watching on the app, and we encourage you to gamble responsibly as always. If you want to have a play in our last 2 races of the evening, race 12 from Dubbo, you can see 7 minutes just over until that gets underway. And Jared Timms from Ladbrokes has been stellar tonight. Can you give us the second last market update, mate, please?
Run Fast Maximus, still our favourite here in the last at Dubbo, but the move for Speed Strike, really notable one now. $9 earlier in the week, into $4.60 now. That sees him onto the third line of betting. Arbitrary $34, $4.80 his keen. But, yep, the move for Speed Strike still happening into $4.60.
Speed Strike by name, Speed Strike by nature, Battler.
Yeah, likely leader. Arbitrary 30's got a good turn of speed, and Manila Move won't be too far away, but, yeah, Speed Strike from the ideal 2 alley does look the early leader.
Just over 6 minutes until the 12th and final race from Dubbo. We've got one more race coming to you from Wenty Park after that as well. The dogs in race 12, as I said, the final race on the program out there are tipping the 8 Run Fast Maximus from 2, 3 and 6. That's who the dogs like tonight in the lucky last. Hopefully you've been following along, because Timmy, the Battler Newbold, has been seeing them well. We might as well work our way through the field, Battler, for race 12. But before we do that, we'll have a quick look at Wenty Park. We'll get a market update from Jared Timms.
Corborn Red, $1.55. Did actually touch $1.75 a few minutes ago, but back into that very, very firm favouritism in the Ladbrokes market. Tip Me has gone $3.30 into $2.60 on race night. Its Fate, $8.50 out to $9. There's been a specking for one at quite a big price here too, actually. Calla Charlie was a $51 chance. Actually touched $126 at one point, is now back into $46.
Gee whiz, that's juicy. Haven't seen anything like that get up tonight. Battler, speed map?
Yeah, Tip Me, Its Fate will roll forward, and Corborn Red from that inside alley. He'll park just behind them through the first turn and then get into his work.
Another Bailey Dickinson runner. Got a nice little team out there with the help of his father, no doubt.
Yeah, they're having a hot little run at the moment, and good to see.
The dogs' tips for Wenty Park tonight, they tip the 1, Corborn Red, and why wouldn't you, at $1.50. The 4, Tip Me, looks like the only danger. Its Fate and more Rupee. If you want a bit of value, we can see more Rupee waiting in the pre-parade ring there, about to head out for the 9th at Wenty Park. A 10-race card there, but our coverage will shut off after race number 9. So we've got one from Dubbo, one from Wenty, and then we are hitting the Frog and Toad, as they say, boys, back home after a big night of coverage. Hope you've enjoyed it wherever you're watching along at home. Let's work our way through these race 12 runners at Dubbo. Battler, he's keen. Box 1 needs to break a long drought.
Yeah, poor record from the inside. He's better drawn a little wider out on the track. He's been out of the money in his past couple of runs, and he does need to improve. I think he's well and truly under the odds at $4.60 currently.
Speed Strike joined the 100 Club, 102 starts a couple of weeks ago. Is this his level, this sort of race?
Yeah, I think he's got a tremendous chance. He's a reliable beginner, great turn of speed, well drawn in box 2, 1843 PB around here. Recent runs have been pretty good for a race of this nature. He finished runner-up 2 runs ago, and 4 runs ago he ran 1856, beating the pink I think he's got a great chance, and he went up a crazy price around the $8 or $9 mark. Now he's trimmed right up.
Yeah, you're spot on. $9 opened into $4.40. Arbitrary 30 is my tip. Another new addition to Masters Racing. She was in a free-for-all just 3 weeks ago, Battler.
Yeah, you're spot on there, and finishing midfield on that occasion. She did go around $101. Look, 17-time winner, 9-time winner track and trip. Really solid effort when runner-up at her latest run in 23.25 over the 400 metres. Genuine winning chance.
The 4 and 5 are vacant. Manila Move is on the drift, $5 out to $9.
Yeah, she's won 2 out of 3 here. Does the majority of her racing around Wagga and Temora. 11-time winner overall. Just not, well, she's, box 6 isn't a great alley, but has 2 vacant boxes underneath her, so that'll help her in the early stages.
Bogan Valley, first go in this company, but decent form at Dubbo.
Yeah, and Goulburn too recently. Won a race at Goulburn a couple of runs ago in 2007. Been in the money in 7 or 12 runs this track and trip. One of the main chances.
And Run Fast Maximus, 126 starts, over or just under 100k in earnings. Pretty good bread and butter dog for the kennel.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a ripper. He's a little over 6 years of age. So the oldest greyhound racing at Dubbo tonight. He's better now after recent racing. He's had 4 runs back from a spell, so he's getting to peak fitness. And he has an amazing record from a wide alley, box 8. He's won 10 of 19 and run 5 minors. So he's got his alley and he's got a tremendous chance.
Wonderful stats. 6 years old. I can't remember seeing a 6-year-old in work in my time with the dogs. What about you, Battler? When the last time you saw a 6-year-old?
There was one which retired recently, King Kinloch. How old was he when he
retired? For Nolene Holloway?
Yeah, he was around about 6 and a half. But yeah, they don't generally get beyond 6.
An old marvel, King Kinloch. If Nolene's listening after Wenty Park, we're at Wenty Park tonight. Big shout out to her. We might get Battler's banker before we find out a market mover from Jared Tim. So Battler's banker, I'm with the 3, Arbitrary 30. I think that drop in grade should prove to be a winning move. Arbitrary 30, but for Battler, who are you going
I'm with Greyhound 2, Speed Strike, the money Greyhound. Well drawn in box 2. I think he can find the top and run a huge race.
There it is, Speed Strike, just when you needed it. Speed Strike pops up. Arbitrary 30 for me. Jared Timms, market mover.
Market mover is Speed Strike, climbed onto the second line of betting now, $4.20.
$4.20, opened at 9, have I got that right?
That is correct, yep.
Hell of a move there for Speed Strike. Run Fast Maximus, pretty steady. Bogan Valley on the drift. Manila Move on the drift. He's keen, steady as well, but all the money's coming for Speed Strike for Graham Dixon, 4-year-old Brindle bitch, 102 starts. So looking for win number 10 tonight, Speed Strike. There's the market mover popping up on your screen. Battler, before we go, we've got 25 seconds.
On King Kinloch, he retired late last year, and he was due to turn 7 years of age tomorrow.
Wow, there you go.
And his last run was in December the 20th.
And how many placings did King Kinloch run? Quite a few.
300 career starts, 8 victories, and 140 minors.
What a record, eh?
140 minors.
Yeah, how much prize money?
72 grand.
There you go. And a
I'm
marvellous
like the
dog.
Bruce McAvaney stats, aren't I? I can read as well.
Is he a stat man? David Middleton, you could be the middo of the coverage. He'd put out the Greyhound, he puts out the Rugby League Annual every year, I think, Middo, if he's still around. If he's watching tonight, g'day to Middo. Bruce could be tuning in.
I'm tipping $1 billion away.
Bruce or
both?
Oh, maybe he's looking for some fresh young talent. One of the 3 of us potentially.
He turned off very early in the night.
Oh, dear. All right, let's get Arbitrary 30. Come on, bring it home. They're going to the boxes at Wenty, so stay tuned. That race will be coming up straight after this. We're in the scary canary hours now. Race 12 from Dubbo. We throw it over to Matt Jackson for the last time tonight.
30 Speed Strike's been 21 into 420. A sustained betting move there. His keen, $5.50. Green light is turned on. Lures on its way. Last event tonight. Favourite box 8, Run Fast Maximus. They're set. Racing now, beginning fast, box 2 here, Speed Strike will lead early from Armory 30 and carving over Bogan Valley looking for the lead. They're followed by His Keen, Run Fast Maximus and Manila Move. Bogan Valley cleared away mid-race, straightened up with a 4-length lead on Speed Strike, and Bogan Valley goes all the way to beat Speed Strike and His Keen. Armory 34th, they're followed Run Fast Maximus, last Manila Move, the run around 18.3.
Bogan Valley continues the good form, 1-2 back at Goulburn. You mentioned it, Battler wins again here tonight, wins convincingly in the end from Speed Strike. It's a quinella for Graham Dixon, so he'll be laughing because Bogan Valley, the big drift from $4 out to $8 and takes home the chocolates, 18.35 the final time. In line with a bunch of the other short distance races today, but Bogan Valley taking out the lucky last at Dubbo. Thank you to everyone out there. Thank you to Matt Jackson for his calls throughout the evening. We've got one race to go, the last at Wenty Park. Let's just get a quick market update from Ladbrokes. Jared Timms.
Corborn Red, $1.55 into $1.45 favouritism now. Tip Me, I beg your pardon, $3.10 out to $3.50. And we spoke just earlier about Calla Charlie being spec. That has continued into $27 now, but Corborn Red, $1.45 favourite.
It's all about Corborn Red. Battler's banker?
Yeah, hard to tip against the favourite Corborn Red. He's drawn to hold a position through the first turn and get into his work mid-race. Tip Me does look the early leader, but first up at the track, bit of a query, but got to be with Corborn Red.
You tried to throw the punters a bone before with the same race multi, the first of the night. Do you want to have another stab here with Corborn Red on top?
Yeah, Corborn Red on top and Calla Charlie to run top 4.
Top 4. For those two combined, $3.20 in the Ladbrokes market.
That'll do. There you go. That'd be a nice way to finish the ninth race, the last of our coverage from Wentworth Park, of course, heading towards those Golden Easter Egg heats in 2 weeks' time. Russell Veach has been calling all the action and doing a wonderful job. We throw it over to him for our last race on our coverage tonight.
The rest are at double figures here. So Bailey Dickinson with Corborn Red on the inside and Calla Charlie in 3. Oh So Chic. 2 Tip Top Ethics. Tip Me. It's Fate and More Ruby on the outside. Just about set they are now. The provocateurs come up to the boxes at the 5:20 start. Favoured in 1, Corborn Red. They're set. Ready. And racing began nicely. Corborn Red on the inside. He'll clearly lead. It's Fate in the second spot, but 3 or 4 lengths away. Followed by Tip Top Ethics. Calla Charlie got a lovely run through, but then checked off heels. Followed by More Repeat. Tip Me's a minute back on the racer with Oh So Chic as they roar down the back, and it's all Corborn Red. Out by 4 or 5 to Tip Top Ethics, and It's Fate as a head off the back. It's a one-act affair. Corborn Red's a mile clear. It's Corborn Red dazzling on in front from Tip Top Ethics, and Corborn Red bolts in. Wins by a massive margin from Tip Top Ethics, followed by More Ruby. Then came It's Fate. Tip Me was never ever a factor, followed by Oh So Chic, and Calla Charlie finished back of the town in a good run, 29.71.
The 6 was on. Corborn Red, a dominant victor in race number 9 at Wenty Park. We've seen a couple of those tonight, and the time pretty good as well. We'll wait for official confirmation, but it's under 30 by the looks of it. And Bailey Dickinson doing a wonderful job. There you go, 29.71. Some quick times. Track looks good tonight at Wenty, Battler.
Yeah, some tidy performances. And, yeah, when he came out like he did and he landed on his ear, he was going to run quick time. Previous PB, 30.04. That was finishing in the minor money. He was yet to win prior to tonight. But, yeah, that was a real tidy performance. And there's no doubt he'll target one of the minor features over the Golden Easter Egg Carnival.
Looking forward to that for young Bailey Dickinson. Corborn Red, the final victor on our coverage tonight. There is one more race at Wenty Park, race number 10. That'll be coming to you in the next 20 minutes or so. So stay tuned wherever you are. You can keep watching on thedogs.com.au or jump on the Ladbrokes app. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's coverage. We've tried to have a bit of fun, boys. Jared, for your first time, J-Bone, the pizza machine.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it started strongly when you referred to me as Emilio Estevez, I think, in the opening bit. Moved into how much pizza I eat, and quickly. I'd like to think I've run a close second to the Bull, to be honest. What do you reckon?
Oh, I like it, mate. I reckon you've had a wonderful debut. Very memorable. You'll be going home telling your partner about this all night long.
Absolutely.
Battler, a young rising star, still pretty green and cutting your teeth in the industry. That was wonderful, mate, from you tonight.
Have a look at my hair. Young and rising, seriously. Yeah, been a lot of fun. Good to have Jared on the coverage, and yeah, we've tipped a few winners, and hopefully a few of our viewers out there have got some cash in the kick and wake up tomorrow, Sunday morning, go out for a big brekkie.
Wasn't this a wonderful part of the night? Bella Una, of course, taking out the Ladbrokes Country Classic. Deserved winner, Battler.
Yeah, fantastic to see. Jack and Marie Smith running 1-2. Bella Una leading all of the way, and Palawa King, enormous run to grab second position, getting the Quinella on their home track. And no doubt they will now target the other feature races over the next 6 or 8 weeks with Palawa King, and they might even drop Bella Una back to a crack at the Golden Easter egg.
Yeah, why not as well? Michael Sheether there behind Jack and Marie, the owner of Bella Una, with his family on track. That was a great sight as well, and he spoke really well. Catch that on thedogs.com.au with Mick Cowley. We should say a big thanks to Mick Cowley. He's been the 4th member of the team on the track there tonight. To you two, to Jared, and of course to Battler. Wonderful job by you two. Cannot wait to see what's next for both of you. For everyone behind the scenes, the cameraman who I said that we would ride like a bull earlier in the evening, I apologise. Please don't take that any further. And everyone out the back, you've done a wonderful job. We'll be next on air in around about a month's time. The Golden Easter egg. Here it is. The heat's coming up in 2 weeks. The semis, of course, the 6th of March, and then April 6th of April, that should say, and then April 13, the big one, a massive night on the racing calendar, isn't it, Battler?
Yeah, can't wait. Golden Easter egg night. There's probably not a better night's racing in the country in my eyes, New South Wales, but yeah, all of the other features on the night. Can't wait.
We've got to push our own barrow, mate, and why not? There's some wonderful racing to be had. We'll crown some future stars, and also some. We'll make sure that some of the best in the business go around and run in those Group 1 races. We've loved having you watching the coverage tonight on thedogs.com.au. To Bella Una and all the connections, congratulations. To all the winners across the last 4 hours. 4 hours, boys. That's how long we've been on air for. It feels like we've been here for a year, but we've had a wonderful time, and hopefully you have as well. Until next time, hooroo.